At Thai Express, they've learned that when you treat your taste buds right, great things happen. Come and experience traditional Thai recipes with a sprinkle of New World creativity like pad Thai, a curry, fried chicken dumplings, or one of their delicious soups, all customized to your taste. Thai Express is in Corvallis on 9th Street behind Little Caesars. They're open for dine-in or visit their drive-thru. Don't be shy. Give them a Thai. Thai Express, locally and veteran-owned. It's same, but different.
Do you ever experience headaches?
3,
Or how
2,
about back
1.
pain? Here at Horesco Chiropractic, we truly believe that everybody deserves to live a life without pain. Our doctors will get to the root of your condition and create a custom treatment plan to help you get back to living the best version of your life. Our patients often say how amazed they feel to live a life with less pain after they have experienced how effective chiropractic care is. Start on the journey of improved health by giving us a call today or visiting our website at horesco.com. Horesco Chiropractic in Corvallis. We really can make a world of difference for you.
1240 Joe Radio.
Back at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field on the 5th of July, and it's raining in Corvallis. I don't know what else to say other than it's the year 2022, a wild one weather-wise, but a great season again going on for the Corvallis Knights. We talked to a young man from Southern California on our pregame show, Mason Lee, Culver City High School, Cal State University, Northridge. Since I began with the weather, Mason, let me ask you this. As a guy from Southern California, dealing with what you got to deal with on occasion up here, what are your thoughts about it? Are you cool with it, or is it amazing to you that we're still dealing with this in July?
I'm not used to it, that's for sure. I mean, mostly it's just sunny all the time, so I don't worry too much about rain, but I know it's not the most ideal conditions all the time to play in, but the fact that the field's turf, that helps out a lot for sure. And as long as we get to play and, we're not risking our injury, anything like that, then it's all good. I don't really care what the weather's like, just get to play baseball.
That's a great thing and a great attitude. How did the opportunity with the Knights come about for you, and how are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah, so our now-to-be head coach, who was our assistant coach, Eddie Cornejo, he came through here when he was a player, and then our pitching coach also came through here when he was a player, and I actually have the same host family that my pitching coach had.
Who is your pitching coach, and who is that host family, if you don't mind?
Elliot Surrey is our pitching coach.
Yeah,
he went to UC Irvine, and then I'm with the Kennedys, Matt and Britt.
Okay.
Great couple, 2 kids and 2 dogs, and no, I'm loving my time here in Corvallis. I love all the guys. I love the coaches, and just the environment we have and all the fans that come out and support, every night is amazing to see.
Mason Lee, my pregame show guest. Well, you're talking to Elliot Surrey, one of the great Knights ever, and a guy that I remember defeating Oregon State in a regional here when he was with UC Irvine. Are you aware of that story?
I am for sure, yeah. No, he talks about it a little bit. Then, when he knew I was coming up here, he talked to me about it for sure. So I had to watch some of the highlights about that for sure.
Great pitcher, and I'm sure he's going to do a tremendous job and is doing a great job as the pitching coach. How about you coming out of Culver City High School, and what opportunities were there for you to keep playing? Was Northridge just the best situation for you? Or?
So I was actually committed to San Jose State, and that's where Eddie Cornejo was when he recruited me. And the summer going into my freshman year, he changed to CSUN. And the location of it, was closer. The school was a little bit better. The conference is a little bit better baseball-wise. So all the boxes, even though I would have loved to go and play for San Jose, it all worked out at CSUN the same, or if not even better. And I love it there as well. I mean, we don't have all the the nice stuff that everything there is here, but we have a good group of guys and we like to work hard, and we all got each other's backs. It's the same type of environment we have here, so. Love it.
I was going to ask you about what you make of the environment here. It seems different maybe than some of the other spots in the league. I've only been around this one on a regular basis, but the environment reminds me a lot of the culture at Oregon State in terms of baseball, in terms of the commitment, everybody being all in. What do you make of the culture and the approach with the Corvallis Knights?
Yeah, I mean, just the fireworks game in itself was about 3,500 fans. I think that's the most fans I've ever played in front of at first in my life. So the fact that that many people care to come watch us play and see some fireworks, of course, but the consistency of all the fans coming out is a lot more than I've ever, been accustomed to in my baseball career. So it's amazing to see that there's so many people that are dedicated to baseball other than just us,
Growing up in Southern California, I read that you did grow up a Dodger fan. Is that true? Did you get to Chavez Ravine, Dodger Stadium, a lot as a kid?
I did. That was something me and my dad always did growing up. I was lucky enough one time to catch a Justin Turner foul ball recently.
Good for you.
So, yeah, I've always been a Dodger fan. We can always have the hope of making it to the World Series. It's just if we can actually win it sometimes, So there's ups and downs to it. But, yeah, I've been a Dodger fan my whole life.
You did win it the pandemic year, but that's a hard one. I mean, that you had to go through a lot of playoff rounds. I grew up in Hacienda Heights, California, and went to Dodger Stadium a lot as a kid. So I don't retain the great love for the Dodgers I had when I was young, but I have great memories. There's nothing like Dodger Stadium. I'm with you on that. Last couple of things. With Mason Lee, our pregame show guest. At Northridge this past spring, you started 43 ball games, 25, I believe, at third, 18 at second, or maybe it flips the other way. But you're versatile. Do you have a favorite position, and where do you think you project next year?
I don't really have a favorite. As long as I can help my team out at any spot, third, short, second. Heck, if you want to put me in the outfield, I'll play outfield too. As long as I can help my team win at any spot, I'm okay with whatever I play.
Okay. You made a play last night that I thought was spectacular. Barehanding a ball, looked like Brooks Robinson or Greg Nettles on a play like that. It was close. I think the guy, was safe, but you made it close, and maybe if Kiko digs it, you never know. But that was a heck of a play. Is that just something you've done all your life, or did you even consider that pretty special?
No, it was pretty special. I mean, those plays only come around every once in a while, so you want to do your best to take advantage of those opportunities and, definitely gain some momentum for the team as well. So,
last thing, and that is the thing that I read in your bio that impressed me the most. When you're asked who your heroes are, you said your parents are. Tell me a little bit about why you answered it that way.
Yeah, well, first off, my mom is the hardest working lady I've ever known. She doesn't have to do all the things she does. She never really takes an off day, and that's something I've learned from her over my life as I've taken it into baseball, into school, and just into life in general. And my dad has just been always there for me, my biggest role model growing up. And, that's the man I strive to be one day, and raise my kids the way that they've raised me. So I'm forever in their debt. I'm always thankful to have them. They were just up here recently for the last couple of games, and hopefully they get to come back up for the playoffs and stuff. So I'm very grateful, and I love them so much.
That is beautifully said. Now go win a game tonight, and you ensure that the playoffs happen and they can come back. And I would love to get to meet them, Mason. It's great to meet you and great to have you with the Corvallis Knights. Thanks for taking time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Mason Lee, my pregame show guest. The first pitch is coming up next. The Knights in Ridgefield open in a 3-game series. A magic number of 1 for the Knights. If they win, they're in the postseason again. We'll talk more about that coming up on 1240 Joe Radio.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm former Oregon State athlete Tim Hughes, your Corvallis Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 541-758-8245. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Dave's Performance Hybrids is the Willamette Valley's Prius experts and your Toyota dealer alternative. Dave's is now offering hybrid battery warranty extension for every Prius. If your Prius has an original battery or was replaced somewhere else and has expired, invest in Dave's hybrid battery warranty extension before it fails and save 50% off the price of a 1 to 5 year warranty, including testing. Need an oil change? Get $20 off your next oil service at Dave's Performance Hybrids. Off I-5 and Highway 20 in Albany, online at davesperformancehybrids.com.
Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, People in the Mid-Valley have been going to Corvallis Floor Covering. They thank their many friends and customers for your continued support and look forward to working with you on your next remodeling project. Browse through their large showroom with a beautiful selection of carpet, countertops, sheet vinyl, linoleum, tile, hard surface floors, and window coverings from all the popular brands. Corvallis Floor Covering, corner of 2nd and Van Buren downtown, or log on to corvallisfloorcovering.com. Shop local. Shop Corvallis Floor Covering.
1240 Joe Radio.
Welcome back into Goss Stadium of Coleman Field. Trying to figure out why I'm not hearing things a little bit better here. Hang on just a second on the old Sansone. I'm going to use the other headset and talk to some youngsters here, and we'll see what we can do as we welcome you back in. Testing 1, 2, that's better. Okay, we're going to do it this way then, and I'm just going to ask around as we get ready in a delay till 6:50. We'll take another break shortly and then come back with the lineups and first pitch. But I'm going to do it this way. Okay, guys, here we go. This is Mike Parker joined by the All-Star team, Siletz, Eddyville, and Toledo, the said All-Star team. Is that correct? Siletz, Eddyville, and Toledo, 10 and under, right? So you're all 10 and under. I'm going to ask all of your names as we go. First of all, what's your name? Madden, what position?
Third base and pitcher.
Third base and pitcher. How about you?
My name's Ken, and I play second base.
Okay. And give me your first and last name, too, as we go. So what is it, Ken?
Ken Warden.
Ken Warden. How about you?
Madden Rozuski.
Madden Rozuski. It's a good name. Ken, come on through this way so we can let a couple of more of your teammates on here. What's your name?
Grant Henry. I play first, right field, and pitcher.
That's a lot of positions. Good for you. And you were the one I first met, right? Dayton, and what's your last name, Dayton?
Logger.
And you're the catcher?
Yep.
Okay. Now, are you guys done with your season or just starting to play All-Stars now?
No, Lincoln City and then North Bend.
Okay, so you're going to compete as All-Stars. Where do you start?
What?
Lincoln City, then North Bend?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And when does that start? Like this weekend or when?
Yeah, this weekend.
Okay.
We've started, Father's Day we started with our first tournament, and then we've just been playing tournaments until every weekend.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to keep getting the rest of your names as we go through here. What's your name?
Ryder Kotiko. I play first and pitcher.
Ryder Kotiko. And do you live like in Eddyville or Siletz or Toledo? You live in Siletz. How many of you are from Siletz? Okay, how about Toledo?
Me.
How about Eddyville?
No one.
Anybody? But you include kids from Eddyville, though. I mean, okay, that's why it's called the Siletz Eddyville Toledo All-Stars. Okay, what's your name?
Ezekiel Case, and I play third base and pitcher, sometimes shortstop.
Ezekiel Hayes. That's a very good. Oh, Case. Ezekiel Case, C-A-S-E. Nice to meet you, Ezekiel. Thank you. Sorry about messing that up. Yeah. What's that?
I haven't done it.
Oh, I didn't ask you? I'm sorry. You were giving me some information, but I didn't get your name. Who are you?
Taven Purdom. I play pitcher, catcher, and shortstop and second.
That's a lot of positions, too. You play the most on the team? Maybe?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, good for you. Taven?
Yeah.
It's a nice name. What's your name, please?
Trenton Myfowler.
What is it again?
Trenton Myfowler.
Trenton. And what positions do you play?
I play everywhere except first base.
Okay, so you even catch and pitch?
Yeah.
Good for you. Now, how old are you? You're all 10 and under. Who's the oldest on the team? Like, who's 10? How many of you are 10 years old? Is there anybody here that's 8?
No.
Everybody's either 9 or 10. Is that correct? Okay. And what's your name?
My name is Dave Garcia, and I play left field and sometimes third base.
Okay, good for you. Thanks for being here. And catcher once in a while, too?
They call you Double Day, right?
Yeah.
Why do they call you that?
He always hits doubles.
Oh, that's a good thing. That's a great nickname. What's your name?
Lyric Correa, and I play second base, shortstop, and pitcher.
Say your first name again, please.
Lyric.
Lyric, as in the song Lyric, L-Y-R-I-C?
L-Y-R-I-K.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, I think of a song lyric when I hear your name. That's very nice. Tell me again your positions.
Pitcher, second base, and shortstop.
Okay, very good. Nice to meet you, Lyric. Step aside and let this young man step up here. What's your name, please? Oh, you already did it. That's right. How about you, honey? Are you on the team? Step up here. Step on up here for a second. Okay, now come on up here. I want to ask you what your name is and who your brother on the team is. What's your name, sweetheart? Finley, and who's your brother? Okay, well, hey, you go to all the games and cheer them on? Okay, great. Let's let's close. Do you have a team nickname? You're the Silettes, Eddyville, Toledo All-Stars. Do you have like a team nickname like the Knights or the Beavers or what is it? SET, I know, but do you have like a team name, a nickname? The Caterpillars? Okay, hey, how about this? At the count of three, let's get a go SET, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Go SET!
Excellent. Great job, everybody. Thanks for being here. It is great to have you at the game tonight. Your first pitches were tremendous. Good luck this weekend against Lincoln City and North Bend. Thanks for coming by, you guys. Good luck. They have joined us on the radio in the rain, coming up under the protection of the canopy that Blake Neiman was kind enough to set up for us. We appreciate them being here. They have all their team names on the back. That's good to see. I see Purdom. I see Case. I see, is it Lager? I see Canary. I see Rozuski. That's a good, that puts me in mind of Ted Kluszewski. And Carl Yastrzemski, but Ted Kluszewski when I see Rozuski, maybe Dick Trzewiski. And my gosh, one of the team mothers is handing out money for that. I guess that's a NIL, a name, image, and likeness fee. They have just appeared on the radio, and they're getting their first ever experience of NIL dollars for coming on the radio here at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. Well, I don't even know what time it is because my phone, to try to keep it out of the rain, I'm protecting it. I do know that we were told that we have a 6:50 start, pushed from the original scheduled time of 6:35. So we're having some fun coming out of our usual lane and format in this live stream experience at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, where many fans have braved the elements on this 5th of July, many more than I ever would have expected, quite honestly. But that says a lot, as Mason Lee just spoke to, about the devotion of Knights fans to their team, to this organization, and to the young men, the boys of summer. To steal a phrase, was it, I've seen the boys of summer in their ruin. What poet said it? Was it Yeats? I do know that Roger Kahn appropriated it. Or was it Dylan Thomas? I don't know. It's a great line. I've seen the boys of summer in their ruin. And then people got mad at Roger Kahn for writing the book, The Boys of Summer, because that line had the connotations of the boys of summer in their ruin, when he was actually writing a loving memoir of the young men that he covered and ended up revering. And The Boys of Summer is a beautiful book in that respect, but there were some people who got mad for his usage of that line. During the next break, I'm going to look it up. Either Yates or Dylan Thomas. I don't know. I think it's one of those two choices. And if you were playing a trivia game somewhere tonight, maybe I can help you out with it. I'm going to help myself during this 2-minute break. We'll come back and look at lineups and then get closer to a first pitch, which we're told will take place at 6:50, with the weather, in theory, improving. But that's what I've been hearing since March. We'll take a 2-minute break. Ridgefield and Corvallis, West Coast League Baseball, Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. After this, on 1240 Joe Radio.
Taste the incredible flavors of India at Evergreen Indian Restaurant. Enjoy delicious made-to-order Indian cuisine using traditional recipes and fresh ingredients, including a variety of entrees and tandoori specials. Evergreen Indian Restaurant is open for takeout orders from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. and open for dine-in and takeout from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily except Tuesdays. View the menu and order online at evergreenindianrestaurant.com on Southwest 3rd in downtown Corvallis and West 7th in Eugene. Evergreen Indian Restaurant.
The versatile Kubota B-Series is a do-it-all tractor, part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. You can run powerful attachments that can be easily switched out. The Kubota B-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Lynn Benton Tractor on Highway 99E in Tangent. See it at lynnbentontractor.com.
A drip, drip down the drain, or a leak you can't explain.
Whether it's
Garrett,
residential or commercial service, Albin's Plumbing has been serving the local
Garrett, I
area
can't hear
with
you.
quality
Call me back,
products and
please, right now.
craftsmanship
Is
for
this
over
any
40
better? Is
years.
this any better?
At Albin's Plumbing, experience plus knowledge times teamwork equals exceptional customer service.
At Albin's Plumbing, plumbing's all we do. Call 754-8282. Albin's Plumbing.
I was there in the living room reading a book when I heard a terrible sound.
When are you gonna start planting those trees and getting the backyard ready for our daughter's wedding?
I'll do it, but not today.
I know you don't want me to do it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I know the guys at Philomath Rental, they'll show me what to do, and since they're open 7 days a week, I can go out there today.
Uh-oh. Darn you, Philomath Rental.
Philomath Rental, next to Landmark Realty, 1.5 miles west of the Sunset Shopping Center. For tools and equipment for home, farm, and business, check out Philomath Rental.
1240 Joe Radio.
Have not yet had a chance to look up the reference, but I have the lineups in front of me, and during the next break, we'll try to figure out Kevin Prom arriving at the ballpark tonight, former Beaver linebacker. Leading off and playing right field for the Ridgefield Raptors, Jacob Sharp. Batting second in center field, Austin Cavanis. Mikey Kane hitting third at shortstop. Watch him closely, and I'll leave it at that. The cleanup hitter, the DH, Will Chambers. Batting fifth and catching, Isaac Lovings. Hitting sixth at first base, watch him closely too, Doyle Kane. Alex Pico and Sepulveda batting seventh in left field, hitting eighth at third base, Steven Espinoza batting ninth. At second base, Travis Walker. Ryan Harvey on the mound. For the Corvallis Knights, leading off in center, Jonah Advincula. Batting second at shortstop, Spencer Scott. Kiko Romero hitting third at first base. Mason Lee, our pregame show guest, amongst many others, the cleanup hitter at third. Brady Lavoie hitting fifth, the DH. Xander Darby hitting sixth at second. Titus Dimitru batting seventh in left field. Tyler Quinn hitting eighth and catching. Logan Johnstone batting ninth and right. And on the mound will be right-hander Duke Brotherton. Those are the starting lineups. The first pitch coming up, the Corvallis Knights and Ridgefield Raptors on a rainy night, the rainiest I've ever seen in the history of Corvallis Knights baseball at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. Back after this on 1240 Joe Radio.
For auto glass solutions, better call the Glass Man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
Need your auto glass repaired or replaced? Need to recalibrate your advanced car safety system? Don't call that 800 number. Call the Glass Man.
For auto glass solutions, better call the Glass Man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
I was there in the living room reading a book when I heard a terrible sound.
When are you gonna start planting those trees and getting the backyard ready for our daughter's wedding?
I'll do it, but not today.
I know you don't want me to do it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I know the guys at Philomath Rental, they'll show me what to do, and since they're open 7 days a week, I can go out there today.
Uh-oh. Darn you, Philomath Rental.
Philomath Rental, next to Landmark Realty, 1.5 miles west of the Sunset Shopping Center. For tools and equipment for home, farm, and business, check out Philomath Rental.
We set 'em up, you knock 'em down. Island Bowl, family entertainment for young and old. Clean and friendly, that's Highland Bowl. Bring your party, let the good times roll. Great food, good fun.
Okay, the problem though, Garrett, is the settings are exactly the same as I always use. So how is it now? Talk over the commercial, please, and tell me loudly. How is it right now?
1240 Joe Radio.
We welcome you back into Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. How is it, Garrett?
It's distorted.
Okay, the rain has affected us, and I don't know what else to do. We'll reboot and reset. After all of this and all the work we've tried to put in, we have distortion, I'm told. So in the rain and in the wet and the misery of a 5th of July where it's raining like this, it's unbelievable to me. We will try to reboot and reset and see what we can do. Thank you. We'll take a break. Hang in, everybody. We'll see if we can get it rebooted here shortly.
Planning an Oregon staycation this year? You'll find a great selection of warm weather shirts, sandals, hats, even summer suits and sport coats for those special
championship. Just like a new season is an opportunity, so is getting recertified in first aid and CPR. It's an opportunity to practice your skills so you can be ready to help
Testing,
in an
1,
emergency.
2, 3,
if it's
4.
that time for
Hello,
you,
test,
contact
1, 2,
CPR
3.
Works at 541
I can't hear you, Garrett,
760-7632 to schedule your next class. And go
We got to
Knights.
figure out a way for you to communicate with me over the commercial.
Downward Dog across from the OSU campus is serving up cold drinks and tasty food on their sunny
So,
patio.
can you
Burgers
call
like
me,
the
please,
Hangover
right
Helper
now? Call
or
me and
Double
tell me how I
Trouble.
sound.
If you prefer, substitute a house-made veggie patty and enjoy appetizers, wraps, salads, and sandwiches. And breakfast is served until 2. The food at Downward Dog is made fresh from scratch and locally sourced whenever possible. And they specialize in mouth-watering handcrafted cocktails
bring it
and
back right after
thirst-quenching
this
local
one, then.
microbrews.
Thank you.
So stop by the Downward Dog today. Open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. on 23rd and Monroe across from the OSU campus.
1240 Joe Radio.
Well, let's try it again. I'm told by Garrett Dworshak that we may have solved the problem, but it took some work in the rain. The first pitch of the ball game, Jacob Sharp ripped it into the alley into left center field. A leadoff double, he's at second. Austin Cavanis at the plate for the Ridgefield Raptors against right-hander Duke Brotherton. A bunt up along first, foul to run the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cavanis as we get underway. We gave you the starting lineups for both clubs in our elongated pregame show. We went on the air at 6:25, and while beginning the interview with Mason Lee, we're told that the game would be pushed back to a 6:50 start. The actual first pitch delivered by Duke Brotherton occurred at 6:51. The weather does seem to be improving as we get underway. It's been raining hard over the last 45 minutes or so. Duke Brotherton to the plate. Cavanis hits one foul into the sparsely populated upper grandstand on the right. But again, and I'll say it throughout the evening, I'm amazed at the number of people that have made their way into the ballpark tonight. We hope you had a great 4th of July. We spent hours, we being the Knights and yours truly, with an interesting doubleheader at Walker's Stadium at Lentz Park. The team split after some 7.5 hours at the ballpark, and now the great start for Ridgefield continues. Cavanis whacks it into center field for a base hit. Jonah Advincula gets the ball back in. Jacob Sharp stops at third, and this Ridgefield Raptor club intent on not going quietly into the good night. Do we have the same poet? I still haven't had a chance to look it up, but it could be Dylan Thomas on both. In fact, I think it is the more I think about it, but I haven't had a chance to check in trying to get ourselves back on the air and rebooted. Anybody who knows, feel free to text and apprise me of boys of summer in their ruin, and do not go gentle into. Anyway, here we go. Mikey Kane, the batter. Looking forward to watching him closely in this ball game and in the series. We'll just let that sit. Runners at the corners. The pitch to Mikey with a safety squeeze, apparently in the mind of head coach Chris Cota. Mikey pulls the bat back, but not in time. It's a strike, and Chris Cota does a double take. Hands on his hips. Like, what? He stopped in his tracks. He thought it was 1-0, and Cota, coaching down at third, stopped and said, whoa, are you kidding me? A bunt attempt, and so the count 0-1 to Mikey. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Top of the first inning. Ridgefield starting the night 3 back of the Corvallis Knights. Breaking ball down and away from Duke Brotherton. The count 1-1. For the Knights defensively, a battery of Brotherton and Tyler Quinn. Kiko Romero at first, Xander Darby at second, Spencer Scott at short, Mason Lee at third, Titus Dimitru in left, Jonah Advincula in center, Logan Johnstone in right. The rain has evolved into just a light drizzle under the lights on a cloudy, drizzly 5th of July. A squeeze is on. It's the suicide squeeze. The throw to the plate, shoveled by Duke Brotherton, is not in time, and the run scores. It was a safety squeeze, not the suicide, but a great job by Mikey Kane to get the bunt down. It's a bad start for the Knights all the way around. Our start on the live stream commensurate. A double. A fielder's choice, RBI, squeeze play, sacrifice for Mikey Kane. Good bunt. Jacob Sharp comes in to score. 1-0 Ridgefield. Cavanis into second. Mikey Kane at first. Will Chambers, the designated hitter, the batter. Brotherton delivers. Chambers shows bunt. Takes a strike. 0-1 the count. Coach Cota going through the signs at third, the legendary coach at College of the Canyons who gave Will Chambers an opportunity to play there after Will, who at one time was a very highly regarded prospect en route to UCSB, has dealt with so much adversity, reconstructive surgery on both his knees, and really appreciated the opportunity Coach Cota gave him at College of the Canyons after everything fell through in Santa Barbara. The strike one pitch swung on and missed in the count 0-2. And Will, a good ball player, and hoping for his sake that he's able to come all the way back and get himself into a path to keep playing the game. He's having a good summer. 304, 4 homers and 11 runs batted in. 1-0 Ridgefield, top of the first inning. The Knights still seeking their first out. Chambers with a count of no balls and 2 strikes with runners at first and second. Isaac Lovings, the on-deck hitter. From the stretch, Duke Brotherton delivers, and Chambers lofts it foul Waldo way beyond the upper grandstand on the left side. It remains no balls and 2 strikes. Some fans still coming in tonight, and they're the wiser ones in that they waited until about now to get out of their cars, come into the ballpark, and not deal with the rain that we experienced leading up to our 6:51 first pitch. Chambers takes the strike 2 breaking ball from Brotherton a bit high and away. 1-2 the count. Blake, if you're listening, we could use a game day program out here, not an opportunity to tape it up. Blake can't hear me. He's using his phone, so we'll figure something out. So many things we weren't able to do normally in our broadcast locale adjacent to the press box. The 1-2 pitch to Chambers got him swinging. 1 away. Isaac Lovings, the batter. And one of them was just simply to get a roster for both clubs taped up. The batter will be Isaac Lovings. Now, I have information and notes on most of the players, but just the identifying one sheet for the roster lacking a bit now as Isaac Lovings steps in at 271, 3 homers and 14 runs batted in. A run across for the Raptors here in the top of the first inning. Duke Brotherton from the stretch delivers a slow roller up along third. Mason Lee charges, gloves, throws, and gets him. Good play. 2 down, and Doyle Kane the batter. The whole mission at the outset of our setup tonight was simply to try to get this valuable gear underneath a canopy and an umbrella and plenty of towels and wiping things down. And so that just set the routine off. The routine includes whenever a new team, thank you, Blake, responding from within the McGrath family press box clubhouse to our left to bring me the Ridgefield Raptors and Knights one-sheet roster. Doyle Kane, the batter. Doyle, right-hand hitting first baseman from College of the Canyons. His brother Mikey Kane getting the job done with the safety squeeze and a run batted in. Now the runner at second. Austin Cavanis at third. The pitch to Doyle misses for ball 1, 1-0. Doyle and Mikey have played together throughout their lives, and that may indeed be continuing as we certainly look forward to the next step in the saga of both young men and their collegiate baseball careers. 1-0 Ridgefield, top of the first inning. Doyle Kane with an opportunity here to add to that advantage. Duke Brotherton works from the stretch with runners at second and third and 2 down. Pitch on the way is fouled over my head, over the canopy's head, over the umbrella's head, and into Urchin Alley. The count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Duke Brotherton trying to minimize a potentially disastrous kind of start to the game, and if he gets an out here, he has accomplished that. 3 straight base runners to open the game and a run in. The 1-1 pitch on the way, down in the turf, good block by Tyler Quinn, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Brotherton with Austin Cavanis at third base. Mikey Kane at second. With a 2-1 pitch coming to Doyle Kane, Mikey's brother. The 2-1 pitch, breaking ball, tap foul at the plate. Brotherton is making his second start, his fourth overall appearance, 8 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs all earned, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts in 8 innings for Duke, an earned run average of 4.50. Brotherton out of Mercer Island and competing at Washington State. Washington State, Oregon State, often thought of in terms of a brotherhood of sorts, perhaps never more so than now, in terms of trying to ride out these wild days that are ahead for the Pac-12 Conference, and hoping both from the Cougs and Beavs' perspective that there will be a good place when it's all settled in again. And right now I know there's a lot of doubts about all of that in Pullman and Corvallis and in Cougar and Beaver Nation. The 3-2 pitch on the way, chopped foul towards Coach Cota. It remains 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 on and 2 down and a run in the top of the first inning. Carter Baines on BeaverBlitz.com if you're a subscriber to that, and even if you're not, it probably is worth subscribing to the excellent source of Oregon State athletics information just to read Carter's article today about the various possibilities that are being explored diligently now by the CEO group for the Pac-12. A ground ball back of short, a tough play for Spencer Scott. His throw is not in time. A run scores. The throw back to third is not in time to get Mikey Kane. Cavanis coming in to score on the infield single by Doyle Kane. The Kane brothers have RBIs here in the top of the first inning. And they are now on the corners together. Mikey Kane at third. Doyle Kane, an RBI single. Spencer Scott ranging to his left, made a good play, but even if he throws a strike to Kiko Romero, it's likely that Kane would have beat it. The throw as it was pulled Kiko off the bag. A base hit all the way, 3 hits in the inning. 2-0 Ridgefield in the start of this important series for the Raptors and their playoff aspirations. Brotherton delivers to Alex Sepulveda a strike. The count 0-1. Sepulveda starting in left field out of Crespi and College of the Canyons, a player for Coach Cota. Just finished his 22nd year. The strike one fastball just missed from Duke Brotherton. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. 2-0. The Raptors of Ridgefield in front. With runners at the corners, Mikey Kane at third, Doyle Kane at first, 2 down. Out of the stretch works Brotherton, and the 1-1 pitch. Fastball rolled slowly up along third, foul, and the count goes to 2-1. Well, I am grateful to report that I think we've survived the worst of it. The sky beginning to brighten up, and I think even the last traces of drizzle have disappeared. With a count of 2 balls and a strike to Alex Sepulveda. But unfortunately for Duke Brotherton, the adverse conditions, whether that played at all into his mindset, having to wait, whether it's played at all into how his ball game has started, we'll never know. The strike 2 pitch to Sepulveda, hit foul off to the right and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. See Marlis Canham in the ballpark tonight. Don't know whether Mitch will be here, but certainly looking forward to seeing Mitch at more of these ball games. He certainly has good reason to be tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 on and 2 out with the Kane brothers getting their leads. Duke Brotherton out of the stretch. The 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball rolled slowly to Xander Darby off the wet turf. Darby gloves and throws Sepulveda out. And the inning is over. But a great start for Ridgefield. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. At the end of half an inning, Ridgefield 2, the Knights coming up on 1240 Joe Radio.
Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, people in the Mid-Valley have been going to Corvallis Floor Covering. They thank their many friends and customers for your continued support and look forward to working with you on your next remodeling project. Browse through their large showroom with a beautiful selection of carpet, countertops, sheet vinyl, linoleum, tile, hard surface floors, and window coverings from all the popular brands. Corvallis Floor Covering, corner of 2nd and Van Buren downtown, or log on to corvallisfloorcovering.com. Shop local. Shop Corvallis Floor Covering.
Dave's Performance Hybrids is the Willamette Valley's Prius experts and your Toyota dealer alternative. Dave's is now offering hybrid battery warranty extension for every Prius. If your Prius has an original battery or was replaced somewhere else and has expired, invest in Dave's hybrid battery warranty extension before it fails and save 50% off the price of a 1 to 5 year warranty, including testing. Need an oil change? Get $20 off your next oil service at Dave's Performance Hybrids. Off I-5 and Highway 20 in Albany, online at davesperformancehybrids.com.
If you're fed up with dirty grout lines, maybe it's time to consider cultured marble. Hi, I'm Katie Albin at Albin's Plumbing in Corvallis. Cultured marble is an affordable way to get the look of marble, and the best part is, no grout lines, affordable and easy to maintain. Come by our showroom on 9th Street in Corvallis and see the beautiful look of cultured marble.
At Albin's Plumbing, plumbing's all we do. Call 754-8282. Albin's Plumbing.
1240 Joe Radio.
2-0 in favor of the Ridgefield Raptors as we go to the bottom of the first inning. A good start for Ridgefield. The Knights will try to bounce right back now against Ridgefield Raptor right-hander Ryan Harvey. Jonah Advincula, Spencer Scott, and Kiko Romero. And the first pitch from Harvey taken for a strike with Advincula running up as if to bunt. Advincula. Okay, good. I'm glad to know it is Dylan. I just found it. Advincula fouls one back. I see the boys of summer in their ruin lay the gold tithings barren. Dylan Thomas, the line appropriated by the late, great Roger Kahn. No balls and 2 strikes to Advincula, 2-0 Ridgefield. The pitch from Harvey misses away. Ryan out of the University of California, Santa Barbara. Some Red Hot Chili Peppers music brought Jonah Advincula to the plate. Ryan Harvey wouldn't mind. He's a fan, as is yours truly. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Check swing tapper towards Brooke Knight. Brooke coaching at third in his 14th season. Ed Nags, the associate head coach at first base. Ryan Harvey and Isaac Lovings, the battery for the Raptors, who lead it 2-0. Doyle Kane at first, Travis Welker at second, Mikey Kane at short, Steven Espinoza at third. The 1-2 fastball inside from Big Ryan, and the count now even at 2-2. In the outfield for the Raptors, Alex Sepulveda in left, Austin Cavanis in center, Jacob Sharp in right. Harvey 6'3", 200. Kicks and comes 2-2. Advincula takes just outside. Nice take by Jonah. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count. But the Knights trying to get their leadoff man aboard. Jonah at .328, 6 RBIs, and 7 stolen bases. He swings, and it's a line drive right at the second baseman, Travis Welker, who puts it away. 1 away in the bottom of the first inning. And Spencer Scott will come to the plate. Spencer at .301 with 14 runs batted in. 2-0 Ridgefield in the bottom of the first inning. The series shifts to the Rourke tomorrow, the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex, for Game 2. And we'll be back here Thursday night before the Knights hit the road for a good stretch. 3 in Bend, 3 in Edmonton, 3 in Wenatchee. Scott taking the first pitch high from Ryan Harvey. Ryan comes back and just misses again. Ball 2, 2-0. 2-0 Raptors, bottom of the first inning. Harvey working quickly. The right-hander throws a strike, and the count 2-1. Ryan works out of the windup and from the first base side of the rubber. And Ryan again drops the arms, kicks the leg, comes to the plate, foul to the screen by Spencer. 2 balls and 2 strikes with Kiko Romero next. Ryan Harvey getting the start in Game 1 and has been staked to a 2-run lead. Ground ball to short. Mikey Kane up with it, picks it up, throws a little low, but a good play by Brother Doyle, with Mikey getting his counterpart, Spencer Scott. 2 down, Kiko Romero, the batter. Harvey is making his 3rd start of the summer. He's worked 6 1/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned, a walk with 9 strikeouts. 2 outs, nobody on for Kiko. 2-0 Ridgefield, bottom of the 1st. Big swing and a miss by Romero. No balls and a strike. Eli Kennel hit his 4th home run of the season in the Knights' 5-2 loss last night in Portland. Eli and Kiko share the team lead in that category. The strike 1 pitch to Romero misses in the turf, ball 1. Kiko at .270, 4 homers and 15 runs batted in. Eli Kennel had both RBIs for the Knights in the 5-2 loss. He has a team-leading 18 RBIs. The 1-1 pitch to Kiko off the mitt of the catcher, Isaac Lovings, and up and away. 2-1 the count. Mason Lee on deck. We had the canopy up a couple of weeks ago here with some kind of drizzly, threatening, wet conditions. When we dismantled it, we said we won't need this anymore this summer. But I did say before, but keep it in the press box just in case. Well, that case has occurred tonight. The 3-1 pitch to Kiko, high, ball 4. A 2-out free pass issued to Kiko Romero. Mason Lee will come to the plate. Really enjoyed the conversation with Mason before the ball game in our lengthy pregame show. Mason visiting about his life growing up in Southern California, going to Dodger Stadium. Got a foul ball, he said, from Justin Turner. Good for him. I once had one hit by Nomar Garcia-Parra when Nomar was with the Red Sox at the Kingdome. I had my little baby in my left arm and tried to play it one hand to the right. I made the right decision to not, drop my 1-year-old to play the baseball with 2 hands. I hope you commend me for being a good father in that situation. But I did have it in my right hand momentarily while holding Lydia in the other arm. It trickled off my fingertips. I'm glad to say that Mason Lee held on to his from Justin Turner. He fouls the first pitch back. The 0-1 pitch to Mason is high. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. 2-0 Raptors, bottom of the 1st inning. A 2-out walk to Kiko Romero, held on by Doyle Kane. Brooke Knight goes through the signs at 3rd. The Knights and Raptors opening a 3-game series with a dampened crowd and perhaps even the kind of dreary weather of the day and the weather at the start of the game that delayed it by, at least 15, 16 minutes. Kind of a slow start to all things. 2-1 to Mason Lee, and now 2-2. Waved at and missed by Mason to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But as Mason pointed out, how much he enjoyed playing what he said was before the largest crowd he'd ever played before here on the 3rd of July. About 3,500 packed, cheering on the Knights to a win and watching the fireworks afterwards. The 2-2 pitch swung on and fouled back. It remains 2-2 to Mason. And I will say the atmosphere quite different in terms of just the overall sound and the feel within the ballpark compared to the long day we spent at Walker Stadium yesterday in Portland. The 2-2 pitch lifted into the seats to our right. And these are not street urchins. If they are, they're urchins perhaps young at heart, but a little bit on the older side. 2 guys race each other for the ball. There was only one to be had, and the guy in green came through. And they're laughing and smiling about it. Ground ball with a runner going, goes into right field. Base hit. Beautiful piece of hitting by Mason Lee. Kiko Romero cruises into 3rd. It couldn't be drawn up any better. Brooke Knight sending the runner Romero. Second baseman Travis Welker broke to cover. And Mason Lee, following the old Wee Willie Keeler dictum, of hitting them where they ain't. Hit it where Travis Welker in that regard wasn't. Vacating to cover, and now the Knights have runners at first and third with 2 down for Brady Lavoie. And a chance to get on the board with a 2-out hit from Brady, who's at 294 with 2 homers and 8 runs batted in. He takes a breaking ball strike from Ryan Harvey. 0-1 the count. Mason Lee can run. We'll see if Brooke might be of a mind to send Mason and make Isaac Lovings and the Raptors make a decision. The strike 1 pitch to Brady is hit foul past the Omaha room and down into Urchin Alley. And the youngsters certainly haven't been deterred by the weather. I just saw several giving chase to the foul ball that ended up rolling beyond the Omaha room roof. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 down, bottom of the first, 2-0 Ridgefield. Ryan Harvey steps off the rubber. Mason Lee, the runner at first base. Ryan Harvey trying to keep the lead at 2. Comes to the plate with the 0-2 pitch sliced down the right field line, foul and beyond Casey corner. It remains no balls and 2 strikes. Garmin is here tonight, and they were one of the presenting sponsors of this military night. They told me at their table that they have plenty of job opportunities and would love for you to check out their website and consider a career with Garmin. Check out careergarmin.com. There goes Mason Lee. A late break, no throw from Isaac Lovings. Lee, just to be sure of it, had some fun sliding on the wet turf head first. He's in safely with the stolen base. But again, if you're looking for a career, check out careers.garmin, Garmin.com. I think you'll appreciate the work that they do. Brady Lavoie takes the 1-2 pitch just outside. Ball 2, 2-2. They're giving away water bottles down the third base line tonight. They said we'd love to give them all away before the evening's over. They are set up well down the third base line, beyond the Knights dugout a little bit further and in the Jack Riley concourse. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Fastball swung on and missed. And the Knights leave 2. Good work by Ryan Harvey. The Knights leave 2 in scoring position, and after 1, Ridgefield 2, Corvallis nothing. On 1240, Joe Radio.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you?
Thank you.
Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm former Oregon State athlete Tim Ewis, your Corvallis Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 541-758-8245. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
It's time for the pitchers to throw strikes and for the batters to deliver those clutch hits. It's time for Corvallis Knights baseball. Each year, the Knights look at this time as an opportunity to win another West Coast League championship. Just like a new season is an opportunity, so is getting recertified in first aid and CPR. It's an opportunity to practice your skills so you can be ready to help in an emergency. If it's that time for you, contact CPR Works at 541-760-7632 to schedule your next class. And go Knights. Taste the incredible flavors of India at Evergreen Indian Restaurant. Enjoy delicious made-to-order Indian cuisine using traditional recipes and fresh ingredients, including a variety of entrees and tandoori specials. Evergreen Indian Restaurant is open for takeout orders from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. and open for dine-in and takeout from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily except Tuesdays. View the menu and order online at evergreenindianrestaurant.com on Southwest 3rd in downtown Corvallis and West 7th in Eugene. Evergreen Indian Restaurant.
1240 Joe Radio.
2-0 Raptors as we go to the top of the second inning. Duke Brotherton's first pitch in the second inning is lifted into right center field. Jonah Advincula grabs it. Steven Espinoza, first ball swinging, makes it out, and that's a better And so many of my notes in the precipitation, I write things out the old-fashioned way, but there are times that one can see the approach of storing things on a computer, an iPad or something along those lines makes sense, because I see that he hit 281. I believe it's 5 home runs, but it's now all blurry. The 1-2 pitch to Travis Welker, missing down and away. Ball 2, 2-2. Santa Ynez High School. And I believe Santa Ynez High School is in the town of Lompoc, Napoleon Kaufman country. And sanctified forever, Lompoc is, by the fact that Fields, W.C. Fields, made the bank deck in Lompoc. The 2-2 pitch, a ground ball, fair, and here we go again. An extra base hit coming down the left field line. Travis Welker gets to second. He's thinking about 3. He'll take a turn and hold with Titus Dimitru chasing the ball down in the corner. Another extra base hit for the Raptors. Their 4th hit of the game, a 1-out double for Travis Welker. And that will bring to the plate Jacob Sharp, who opened the game with the aforementioned double to the alley in left center field. There's another young man on the roster that also is from Lompoc. I know it for 2 things, Napoleon Kaufman and Fields and the bank deck. I don't know if it was made on location in Lompoc or whether Fields just had Lompoc and the bank deck as the setting. The pitch on the way misses down and away. I'd like to think it was the former, with Franklin Pangborn and Russell Hicks and others, Grady Sutton, and one of the all-time classics in American comedy. Breaking ball down and away to Jacob Sharp. 2-0 Raptors, top of the second, a chance to add to it here. Fastball in there for a strike from Duke Brotherton. 1-1 the count. Duke at Washington State is a 4th-generation Coug. Made his collegiate debut against the Beavers here at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field last spring. 4 generations of Cougs, and Washington State has represented the various incarnations of the conference proudly through the years, and may they and we here continue to do so in the ages to come, or if it's a big pack, super pack, let's hope it holds together somehow. The 1-1 breaking ball to Sharp, hit high and deep to left. This will short hop the wall in straightaway left field. Travis Welker had to make sure that the ball got all the way safely down. The Knights, in trying to throw the ball back in, throw it around. Poor defense by the Knights. And what would have been second and third on a double for Sharp instead is a double for Sharp, but the throw coming back in from Dimitru, perhaps a casualty of the wet baseball, went beyond Spencer Scott and Xander Darby into shallow right, enabling Welker to come down the line to score. Kind of a desultory sort of night thus far for the Corvallis Knights. They trail it now 3-0, and Jacob Sharp is at third base on the error. And a chance for Austin Cavanis to get another run home with an out. 3-0. That run hasn't been put on the scoreboard yet, but I know that there's a person being trained in the McGrath family press box tonight on the operation. Abigail Derula of the Knights, of the Oregon State baseball analytics squad. But they'll get that thing rectified in a moment, I'm sure. Jacob Sharp taking low and away. Or Austin Cavanis, the 1-0 pitch was in there for a strike, I believe. I'm looking at the scoreboard to see that, yes, the third run has been put up. The count is 2-0 on Cavanis, who singled last inning, now takes a strike. The count 2-1. Cavanis singled and scored in the first. The Raptors having their way with the Knights here early. A 3-0 lead before a dampened, quiet crowd so far on this 5th of July, 2022. Out of the stretch works Brotherton. Duke to the plate. Line drive base hit toward the gap into right center field. Jacob Sharp trots home. On his way to second is Austin Cavanis, and he's in with a double. And it's a rough go for the Knights here early. They're down 4-0. The third extra base hit for the Ridgefield Raptors, and Bo Kearns, the pitching coach for the Knights, asked for time, and we'll head out to the mound for a conversation with Duke Brotherton. 4-0 Ridgefield in the second. Mikey Kane, a safety squeeze run batted in the first inning, will come to the plate here in a moment for Ridgefield. Brotherton appeared in 6 games for the Cougs this past spring in 7 1/3 innings, and has not had a great deal of work with the Knights this summer. So he's working on trying to figure some things out, and Bo Kearns hoping to help Duke kind of find himself here tonight. It hasn't been a good start. 4 runs and 6 hits. And Bo trying to give Duke something to work on here early in the ball game. The Knights would be loath to go to the bullpen this early. So Mikey Kane will come to the plate. Mikey out of Valencia. He and his brother on this club grew up playing together at St. Francis High School in La Cañada. Then they've spent 2 years together at College of the Canyons. Mikey recently making a commitment to USC with brother Doyle waiting for his next opportunity. And again, we'll just kind of keep following those developments here closely in Corvallis. Mikey Kane at the plate. Austin Cavanis at second with 1 out. First pitch is a wild pitch. And into third base will go Cavanis, and it will lead to activity in the bullpen. It had the look of just one more thing going untoward for Brotherton would lead to Brooke Knight sending someone down to the bullpen, and that someone will be Will Clark, who will begin to throw. With Ridgefield leading 4-0, and the Knights will pull their infield to halfway. Brooke doesn't have them come all the way in, but the hole is getting deeper. So if they could cut Cavanis down or deter him from breaking with 1 out, that's the plan. Breaking ball from Brotherton, a strike, and the count 1-1. 2 runs in the first, 2 here in the second for Ridgefield. And the Knights halfway with Romero, Darby, Scott, and Lee. Brotherton ready, looks at Cavanis, comes to the plate. Breaking ball way outside, backhanded by Tyler Quinn. 2 balls and a strike. The Knights in the middle game against the Port Angeles Lefties trailed 6-1 midway through the game, went on to win 10-6. So they certainly have the capabilities of coming back, but they don't want to get too much further behind. They're down 4-0 in the second. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and the count 2-2. Good pitch from Brotherton off speed. And Duke just trying to keep himself in the ball game right now. Will Clark will be the first up, it would appear, to begin to throw behind him. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mikey Kane, looking for his second run batted in, and he can do so against an infield that's halfway. The 2-2 pitch swung on and grounded to third. Mason Lee throws to the plate, and Cavanis is out at the plate. 2 away. Mikey Kane aboard on the fielder's choice, 5-2. So the Knights get the out. Good throw from Mason Lee. And that'll bring Will Chambers to the plate. Chambers struck out last inning against Brotherton. Big year for Will. Glad to see it. A young man who has kept the dream alive through really unbelievable adversity. And just to see him in uniform and playing again is a great thing. He takes low and inside, ball 1. The Raptors, in their 3rd year of existence, began in 2019. No season, of course, in 2020. Made the playoffs last year. The Knights defeated Ridgefield in the first round in divisional play. And here we are in year 3 officially, with 2020 non-existent for the purposes of the West Coast League. Chambers fouls one back and the count 1-1. And then it's been a very successful adventure in Southwest Washington. Good market for it. And a nice ballpark, which we'll get a chance to see again tomorrow night, the Rourke, the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. 1-1 to Will Chambers. Mikey Kane at first, 2 down. Brotherton delivers a change in there for a strike, and the count 1-2. Mikey held on by Kiko Romero. The Raptors getting 2 in the first and 2 here in the second. They've stolen 28 bases on the season. Fastball to Chambers is swung on and missed for strike 3. Will has struck out twice. But the Raptors do some nice work again here in the second with 2 runs on 3 more hits, an error, and 1 man left. After 1.5, Ridgefield 4 and the Knights nothing. On 1240, Joe Radio.
We set 'em up, you knock 'em down. Island Bowl, family entertainment for young and old. Clean and friendly, that's Highland Bowl. Bring your party, let the good times roll. Great food, good fun, that's Highland Bowl. We set 'em up, you knock 'em down. Highland Bowl.
North Ninth Street, Corvallis.
Taste the incredible flavors of India at Evergreen Indian Restaurant. Enjoy delicious made-to-order Indian cuisine using traditional recipes and fresh ingredients, including a variety of entrees and tandoori specials. Evergreen Indian Restaurant is open for takeout orders from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. and open for dine-in and takeout from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily except Tuesdays. View the menu and order online at evergreenindianrestaurant.com on Southwest 3rd in downtown Corvallis and West 7th in Eugene. Evergreen Indian Restaurant.
Mow, dig, haul, lift. The versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor does it all. Easy to switch attachments, a smooth hydrostatic transmission. The BX Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Lynn Benton Tractor on Highway 99E in Tangent. See it at lynnbentontractor.com.
1240 Joe Radio.
Xander Darby, 204, a homer and 8 runs batted in, taking the first pitch from the right-hander Ryan Harvey, low and away. The 1-0 pitch from Ryan is swung on and missed. 1-1 the count. 4-0 Ridgefield, bottom of the second. The 1-1 change misses away to Xander. Ball 2, 2-1. Darby, Titus Dimitru, and Tyler Quinn in the second. Harvey comes back. 2-1 pitch hits Xander Darby around the right hand. And so for the second inning in a row, a free pass. The last one, though, occurred with 2 outs in the first inning. A walk to Kiko Romero. The Knights ended up leaving 2, trailing 2-0 after 1. Now looking at a 4-run deficit as they bat in the bottom of the second. Titus Dimitru, the hitter. And Titus, in the midst of an outstanding season, at 288, 4 homers, 18. Dimitru with an average of 288, no homers, 14 runs batted in. Titus takes a strike from Ryan Harvey, 0-1 the count. Ryan ready, comes to the plate. A little bit up and away, 1-1 the count. Tyler Quinn on deck. It's been all Raptors here early, and the Knights will try to change that now before a hearty crowd. I know the fan base, the baseball fan base here, 1-1 pitch, a breaking ball for a strike, and the count 1-2. Beaver Nation is remarkable in terms of its hardihood, coming out in all weathers to support the Beavers at such a remarkable level, and we're getting a little flavor and feel of that tonight with the Knights, drawing tremendous support on a really unpleasant kind of evening for baseball. The 1-2 pitch to Dimitru, swung on and missed, strike 3. Good job by Ryan Harvey. He hits Darby, but comes back to strike out Dimitru. And now Tyler Quinn, the Knights' leading hitter, comes to the plate. Tyler at .385, no homers and 6 runs batted in. 4-0 Ridgefield, bottom of the second inning. Ryan Harvey comes set, the right-hander to the plate, swung on and fouled back. 0-1 the count. We'll be in Ridgefield tomorrow for the second game of the series. Unless the Knights find the comeback trail and win it, they may need to delay their chance to celebrate another trip to the playoffs until tomorrow and do it on the road. They have 3 games to get it done. The pitch on the way, missing high and inside, and the count 1-1. Trying to clinch the first half title, and with it, home field advantage in the first round of the revised playoff format in mid-August. There goes Xander Darby. The pitch is high, and Darby is thrown out easily. And that's the second out of the inning. Isaac Lovings throwing to Travis Welker. And the count, meanwhile, 1 ball and 1 strike to Tyler Quinn. Not sure if a sign was missed or Brooks says something to Xander upon Xander getting over to the dugout on the third base side. 2 balls and a strike, meanwhile. Darby inside outs his swing and fouls it in front of the dugout on the first base side, occupied by the Ridgefield Raptors. Two balls and 2 strikes the count. The pitch on the way from Ryan Harvey. Fastball away, and the count goes full to 3-2 with Logan Johnstone on deck. The 3-2 pitch to Quinn, a fly ball to straightaway center. Austin Cavanis is right there to make the catch. Harvey faces the minimum in the second. We're through 2 on a quiet, wet night in the Mid-Valley. Ridgefield 4, the Knights nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
Planning an Oregon staycation this year? You'll find a great selection of warm weather shirts, sandals, hats, even summer suits and sport coats for those special events. We have it all at the Natty Dresser, from hats to shoes and everything in between. You'll find everything the well-dressed man needs by brands you trust. Our services include suit rentals, alterations, and custom made-to-measure shirts. The Natty Dresser, purveyors of quality menswear, now open Monday through Saturday in the heart of historic downtown Albany. Dress well, be confident, find success.
For auto glass solutions, better call the glass man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the glass man.
Need your auto glass repaired or replaced? Need to recalibrate your advanced car safety system? Don't call that 800 number. Call the glass man.
For auto glass solutions, better call the glass man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the glass man.
Hey, veterans, Mid-Willamette Family VetNet and the Corvallis Elks invite you to a Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge. It's a resource fair aimed at providing services and supplies to veterans and their families. Learn about disability and Social Security benefits, employment services, housing and utility assistance, medical and dental resources, and more. Food and drinks will be served at the Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge, 1400 North 9th Street.
1240 Joe Radio.
Duke Brotherton did a nice job to end the second inning and keep himself in the ballgame. He was close to coming out, but he induced a ground ball from Mikey Kane for an out at the plate and then struck out Will Chambers. So glad to report he pitches on as we go to the third. 4-0 Ridgefield. Isaac Lovings, Doyle Kane, and Alex Sepulveda against Duke, who rocks, kicks, and delivers. First pitch strike, 0-1 to Isaac Lovings, the right-hand hitting catcher. Lovings out of Sunset High School and attending Pacific University. The strike one pitch hit foul over my head and down into Urchin Alley off of the rooftops of the bicycle rack area. No balls and 2 strikes to Lovings. Doyle Kane on deck. Brotherton to the plate with a strike 2 pitch. Breaking ball down. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Isaac, leading things off for the Ridgefield Raptors, who have been hitterish tonight. 4 runs and 7 hits. Fastball up and in, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Going to need to check with Brooks Hatch. It looks as though he's added a hit to their hit total. The 2-2 pitch, chased and missed. Strike 3. The pitch was in the turf. The throw will go to first base from Tyler Quinn to Kiko Romero for the strikeout. The third strikeout for Duke Brotherton and his second straight. 1 away, and Doyle Kane. An infield single for a run batted in the first. 1 out, nobody on in the top of the third inning. The Knights and Raptors on a kind of gloomy, and as gloomy as I can remember, 5th of July. Delivers a strike to Doyle Kane. Does Duke 0-1 the count. It is Military Appreciation Night here at the ballpark. My father was born 100 years ago today. The strike 1 pitch, missing down and away, 1-1 the count. Mason Lee talked about his parents being their heroes, and my dad, whom I lost in 2014 at the age of 92, was as great a man as I've been blessed to know in this life. The 1-1 pitch, a ground ball wide of third, ranging to his left is Mason Lee, overhands to Kiko Romero and pulls Kiko off the bag. A good play by Lee to get to the ball. This will be scored a base hit, an infield single, and the batter will be Alex Sepulveda. And certainly my father would be part of, and is in my mind and heart, and for so many of us so indebted to the greatest generation. My father served in World War II, landed at Normandy, and was in the Battle of the Bulge, came home with medals and the Bronze Star and other things that he never talked about until pretty late in life. And I was able to get him to talk about some experiences, but he found them to be just as proud as he was to serve his nation, just harrowing, god-awful, the conditions and the things that he saw, and helped liberate Dachau. No wonder he didn't want to talk about it until very late. I kind of pressed him on some things, and he was willing to share with me some of the harrowing things that he saw that he didn't talk to me much at all about when we would go to ball games together at Dodger Stadium or Rams games or Laker games. Breaking ball, swung on and missed by Sepulveda in the count 0-2. 4-0 Ridgefield in the third. Duke Brotherton to the plate. Breaking ball tapped towards Mason Lee. He juggles, stays with it, has only one play, and it's just in time to get Sepulveda, who got down the line in pretty good shape, good speed for Alex. But he is thrown out, and a nice job by Lee to recover. He was thinking perhaps of getting the lead runner, maybe even thinking in terms of 2. The ball was not hit sharply enough for a double play to be turned. But once Lee juggled it, he settled for his best bet, which was try to get something on the throw to first for a sure out, and he got it. Doyle Kane, meanwhile, advances to second. Steven Espinoza, who flied to center field last inning at the plate. 4-0 Ridgefield in the third. Brotherton starts Espinoza with a breaking ball strike. 0-1 the count. The Raptors 2 runs in the first and 2 in the second. And looking for another one here with a 2-out hit. Doyle Kane, an RBI in the first inning. Now at second with 2 down. The strike 1 pitch is in the turf. 1-1 the count. My father was born in Sioux City, Iowa, and quit school at the age of 14 during the Depression to go to work on a dairy farm and help his family. His family, he had 7 siblings, and such a hard-working man, a great soul. The 1-1 pitch missing low, ball 2, 2-1. Did not have the time or the leisure for sports. never played any ball games really at all. And he says he remembers listening to the World Series occasionally with his dad on the radio and listening to some fights on the radio when he was young, but not a sports fan at all. 2 balls and a strike with 2 down. The pitch on the way to Espinoza, sliced down the right field line and deep but foul. A long run for Logan Johnstone, not able to catch up with it. The ball landing below Casey corner, and the count even at 2-2. But he had a son, yours truly, that at the age of 7 walked into a neighbor's garage and heard a baseball game on the radio in Hacienda Heights, California. And some guy named Vin Scully calling a game. And I was mesmerized at the moment. And I remember falling in love with Scully, with baseball that day. Didn't know baseball, didn't even know what the Dodgers were. The 2-2 pitch in the turf, the ball glancing away from Tyler Quinn down to third base. Goes Doyle Kane on the wild pitch. 3-2, meanwhile, to Steven Espinoza. 4-0 Raptors in the third. But I came home from that life-changing trip in Mr. Holland's garage. Stuart Holland's dad, listening to the ball game on the radio, said, "Dad, do we have a radio in our house? Can I listen to it?" And my dad ended up having a son that loved sports from that moment on. The 3-2 fastball, knee-high, taken. Strike 3 call by Steven Espinoza. The inning is over. And I'm grateful to be able to think about my wonderful father here today on the 100th anniversary of his birth and on this military appreciation night at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. Great job by Brotherton here. He strikes out 2 and he pitches on. No runs, a hit, a man left. At the end of 2.5, Ridgefield 4, the Knights nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
Looking for someone to service your Volkswagen? Independent Auto Works has been taking care of Volkswagen since 1970, and their group of mechanics has over 80 years of combined experience working on Volkswagens. And if you need just a part, whether your VW is old or new, air-cooled or water-cooled, Independent Auto Works can help. Give them a call or stop by. They're on 13th Street near the OSU campus in Corvallis. Independent Auto Works, the guys you can trust.
Your satisfaction is our success. Independent Auto Works.
At Albin's Plumbing, we're boring. Hi, I'm Katie Albin, and I want everyone to know that at Albin's Plumbing, we're boring. Directional boring, to be exact. So if you need to run a pipe underground, under a driveway, or under a sidewalk, and you don't want to destroy your yard in the process, the boring people at Albin's Plumbing can help you with your directional boring. Just give us a call.
At Albin's Plumbing, plumbing's all we do. Call 754-8282. Albin's Plumbing.
At Thai Express, they've learned that when you treat your taste buds right, great things happen. Come and experience traditional Thai recipes with a sprinkle of New World creativity, like pad Thai, a curry, fried chicken dumplings, or one of their delicious soups, all customized to your taste. Thai Express is in Corvallis on 9th Street, behind Little Caesars. They're open for dine-in or visit their drive-thru. Don't be shy. Give them a Thai. Thai Express, locally and veteran-owned. It's same, but different.
1240 Joe Radio.
Logan Johnstone, Jonah Advincula, Spencer Scott for the Knights in the bottom of the third inning. Ridgefield leading the Knights by a score of 4-0. Ed Naggs visiting with the first base umpire for a moment as Ed arrives at first. I'm not sure what the delay is here. The first base umpire casually strolling over to talk to Coach Naggs, and the ump says play on, and so Ryan Harvey will deign to throw a pitch, and he does for a strike to Logan Johnstone. We're all kind of watching Naggs and the base umpire visiting. The strike one pitch from the quick working Harvey. A high pop fly on the left side. Shortstop Mikey Kane going out. Mikey stays with it to make the catch. One away in the bottom of the third. Jonah Advincula to the plate. Jonah a line out in the bottom of the first inning. 4-0 Raptors, bottom of the third. In a game that was delayed by 15, 16 minutes due to a pretty heavy shower that was occurring right around the scheduled game time of 6:35 and lasted all the way really until the start of the ball game at 6:51. The pitch to Jonah misses for ball one, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch inside from Ryan, ball two, 2 balls and no strikes. And for whatever reason, the Knights have just not come out tonight with their usual sharpness, but they have shown the wherewithal of being able to come back. Most recently in the series against Port Angeles, as I mentioned, down 6-1, rallied to win 10-6. They're down 4-0. The count 3-0 to Advincula. Harvey comes back and delivers a strike. Ryan looks like he's a little mad at himself as he receives the toss back from his battery mate Isaac Lovings and gets the ball back and is ready to go again and delivers again and a strike again, and the count 3-2. Ryan Harvey, if he was upset, taking his mat out on trying to fill up the zone, but he misses on the 3-2 pitch and ends up losing Advincula after all. So Jonah draws the one-out walk. That's 3 innings in a row wherein the Knights have gotten a free pass from Harvey. But in the first inning, it came with 2 outs on a walk. Last inning, a hit batter, and Xander Darby proceeded to get caught either on a straight steal or a missed hit and run sign by somebody, I'm not sure. Down 4-0, I'm not sure it would have been a straight steal situation, but he was thrown out. And Harvey ended up facing the minimum. Now a 1-out walk to Jonah Advincula. Spencer Scott takes outside, ball 1. Advincula, no matter what the score, is a guy that can get you an extra 90 feet. He's 7 for 11 in stolen bases. Stole 28 during the spring season. The 1-0 pitch, high and away, ball 2, 2-0 to Spencer. 4-0 Ridgefield in the bottom of the third. But within the booth to our left, some of the effects, everybody clap your hands and the fans respond. The special effects people trying to give something for the Knights fans to get excited about. A fly ball to right field, right at Jacob Sharp, who puts it away. 2 down in the bottom of the third, and Kiko Romero will come to the plate. Kiko has changed his walk-up song a little bit. It's still got a really pleasant sound to it, but I'm not sure it's quite as golden or as glorious as what he had favored us with throughout last year and the first part of this year. His brother came to town, and it's been a little different ever since, maybe. Brother's request. The first pitch to Kiko misses outside, ball 1, 1-0. Kiko drew a walk in the first inning. 4-0 Ridgefield, bottom of the third. Harvey delivers away, ball 2, 2-0. Mason Lee, the on-deck hitter. The Knights trying to find something here in the bottom of the third. A 2-out situation for Kiko. And now the count goes to 3-0 with Harvey missing again. Mason Lee next. 3 balls and no strikes to Kiko Romero after a walk to Jonah Advincula with 1 out. The 3-0 pitch, Kiko taking all the way, takes a strike, and the count goes to 3-1. 6:35 tomorrow night at the Rourke in Ridgefield. We'll have it for you here on 1240 Joe Radio, and again 6:35 on Thursday. The 3-1 pitch with the runner going is taken for a strike. The throw down to second is not in time. Jonah Advincula is in scoring position now with his 8th stolen base of the year, and another contribution by Pape Material Handling to Community Outreach, Inc., helping people in our community lead productive and healthy lives. Our thanks to Pape Material Handling and Community Outreach, Inc. The 3-2 pitch to Romero. Fastball swung on and missed. And Ryan Harvey, again, has ended each of his first 3 innings impressively. No runs, no hits, and a man left. The Knights have left 3 in scoring position. We are through 3. It's Ridgefield 4 and the Knights nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
Dave's Performance Hybrids is the Willamette Valley's Prius experts and your Toyota dealer alternative. Dave's is now offering hybrid battery warranty extension for every Prius. If your Prius has an original battery or was replaced somewhere else and has expired, invest in Dave's hybrid battery warranty extension before it fails and save 50% off the price of a 1 to 5 year warranty, including testing. Need an oil change? Get $20 off your next oil service at Dave's Performance Hybrids. Off I-5 and Highway 20 in Albany. Online at davesperformancehybrids.com. HomeDepotCreditCard.com.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm former Oregon State athlete Tim Ewis, your Corvallis Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 541-758-8245. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, people in the Mid-Valley have been going to Corvallis Floor Covering. They thank their many friends and customers for your continued support and look forward to working with you on your next remodeling project. Browse through their large showroom with a beautiful selection of carpet, countertops, sheet vinyl, linoleum, tile, hard surface floors, and window coverings from all the popular brands. Corvallis Floor Covering, corner of 2nd and Van Buren downtown, or log on to corvallisfloorcovering.com. Shop local. Shop Corvallis Floor Covering.
1240 Joe Radio.
Through 3 innings at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, the Ridgefield Raptors 4 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. The Corvallis Knights, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 error. A new pitcher in for the Corvallis Knights. And that'll be left-hander Will Clark, who had been up a little bit in the first inning. And the first pitch from Clark, a bunt up along first, and the throw hits the runner who was not in the lane, and he's out. So an out called on Travis Welker, who failed to get in the lane designated in foul territory. And so a nice job by Tyler Quinn to get on the ball. I'm not sure what there's no argument here. He was in fair territory. So I'm not sure what Coach Cota is arguing about. That's an easy call. That's an easy call. He's out. He was not in the designated lane. The reason that lane in foul territory is put there is that's telling the runner where he's supposed to run. So I know Coach Cota is not happy about the call, but his runner was clearly not in that lane. Clearly not in that lane. A good bunt by Welker, but he's out. Rightly so. 1 away, and the batter will be Jacob Sharp. Sharp has doubled twice and scored twice. Had a good ball game. 1 out, nobody on. Will Clark delivers. The lefty misses outside, ball 1, 1-0. It almost seems a matter of principle, if you are on the wrong side of a call such as that, to take up for your team. But it seemed from where I was that it wasn't even close. A little comebacker fielded by Will Clark, and he underhands to first to get Sharp. 2 down in the 4th inning. And we'll see if Will Clark can do something that eluded Duke Brotherton through Duke's 3 inning of work, and that is to get a 1-2-3 frame. To Duke's credit, he finished up on a scoreless note in the 3rd. Ended up with 4 strikeouts. Now Will Clark has gotten 2 quick outs. And the batter will be Austin Cavanis, who has singled and doubled and scored twice. The first pitch to Austin misses low and outside, ball 1, 1-0. 2 outs, nobody on in the 4th. 4-0 Ridgefield in this series opener. The 1-0 pitch over his head, knocking down the left-hand hitter Cavanis. Two balls and no strikes the count. Two runs in the first and 2 in the second for the Raptors, who have been in control of this one. The Knights have gotten very little going, just 1 hit. The 2-0 pitch from Will in there for a strike, and the count 2-1. Will Clark is making his 9th appearance. He's worked 10 1/3, 8 hits, just 1 earned run, 9 walks, 10 strikeouts. The 2-1 pitch just misses, ball 3. The 9 walks is the rub, of course, in the 10 1/3 innings of work. No decision, an ERA of 0.87. He's behind the count here with 2 down, 3-1. There goes the bat. The 3-1 pitch is swung on and rolled foul up along first. the bat, pinwheeling out towards Kiko Romero. And the count goes full to 3-2. And on cue, a safety reminder up on the board from Brooke Knight. Fans, please be aware that a bat or a ball may enter the spectator area at high speeds at any time. Unfortunately, this one didn't enter the spectator area, nor did it make contact with anyone else, but that bat was up in the air. Pretty good toss all the way out to first base. And a towel brought out for Austin Cavanis to dry that bat handle off. Cavanis also has gloves on both hands. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Clark delivers, popped up to shallow center field. Racing in is Avicula. Spencer Scott going out to make the over-the-shoulder catch in shallow center. Good play. And Will Clark does indeed retire the Raptors in order. We'll see if that might be a spark for the Knights to try to get something going offensively as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Through 3.5 it remains. Ridgefield 4, the Knights nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Lynn Benton Tractor on Highway 99E in Tangent. See it at lynnbentontractor.com.
We set 'em up, you knock 'em down. Highland Bowl, family entertainment for young and old. Clean and friendly, that's Highland Bowl. Bring your party, let the good times roll. Great food, good fun, that's Highland Bowl. We set 'em up, you knock 'em down. Highland Bowl.
North 9th Street, Corvallis.
Taste the incredible flavors of India at Evergreen Indian Restaurant. Enjoy delicious made-to-order Indian cuisine using traditional recipes and fresh ingredients, including a variety of entrees and tandoori specials. Evergreen Indian Restaurant is open for takeout orders from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. and open for dine-in and takeout from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily except Tuesdays. View the menu and order online at evergreenindianrestaurant.com on Southwest 3rd in downtown Corvallis and West 7th in Eugene. Evergreen Indian Restaurant.
1240 Joe Radio.
Bottom of the 4th inning, a 1-0 count to Mason Lee, and he ropes the fastball back up the middle into center field for a base hit. Mason is 2 for 2, and the 1-2-3 inning from Will Clark in the top half of the 4th perhaps will be a spur to the Knights to get something going here in the bottom half of the inning. Trailing 4-0, and our weather does improve slowly but steadily too. It's better now than it was certainly at the start of the game, and maybe at any time during the course of what has been kind of a dreary day on this 5th of July, but perhaps things can pick up a little bit for the Knights now as we go. Ryan Harvey to Brady LeBoy. First ball swinging, doesn't get it. 0-1 the count. Brady struck out in the first inning. The Knights and Ridgefield Raptors in the first of a 3-game series. The venue shifts to the Rourke tomorrow, 6:25 pregame. 6:35 first pitch expected, then 6:35 here to close it out. And close out a pretty good run of home games. I know we went back and forth a little bit to Springfield, and we were in Portland yesterday for 2 makeup games. But this series, 2 of 3 will be played here. The strike 1 pitch, a line drive caught by Espinoza on the dive to his right. Good play by Steven. 1 away in the 4th, and Xander Darby the batter. Xander was hit by a pitch in the 2nd. But the Knights will be on the road for a good stretch. 9 straight after Thursday night. So we hope you'll make it out here Thursday to enjoy Knights baseball, because there will be a pretty good amount of time before the Knights come back from the 3-game trip, taking them to Bend, Edmonton, and Wenatchee. 3 wonderful stops in the beautiful part of the world. We'll see a pitching change made now. Chris Cota going out. That'll be the end of the line for Ryan Harvey, who pitched very well The Raptors go to the bullpen with a 4-0 lead in the bottom of the fourth inning. 1 out. Harvey reaching a pitch limitation, evidently, because he's certainly not in any trouble. Xander Darby will be the hitter when our new pitcher comes in from out of the bullpen. We'll meet the new pitcher. Appears to be a right-hander taking over for the Raptors. We'll take a 2-minute pitching change break and find out just how our new pitcher will fare. Charlie Royal out of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo coming in to face Xander Darby. 4-0 Ridgefield, bottom of the fourth, back in 2 on 1240 Joe Radio.
Hey, veterans, Mid-Willamette Family VetNet and the Corvallis Elks invite you to a Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge. It's a resource fair aimed at providing services and supplies to veterans and their families. Learn about disability and Social Security benefits, employment services, housing and utility assistance, medical and dental resources, and more. Food and drinks will be served at the Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge, 1400 North 9th Street.
It's time for the pitchers to throw strikes and for the batters to deliver those clutch hits. It's time for Corvallis Knights baseball. Each year, the Knights look at this time as an opportunity to win another West Coast League championship. Just like a new season is an opportunity, so is getting recertified in first aid and CPR. It's an opportunity to practice your skills so you can be ready to help in an emergency. If it's that time for you, contact CPR Works at 541-760-7632 to schedule your next class. And go Knights.
The Corvallis Knights are champions, having won 5 straight West Coast Baseball League titles. And the team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help developing a winning program? With 46 years in business, they have what you need to develop and execute your game plan into a championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or Robert Berry. Their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your financial future. Visit taxandwealthmanagement.com or call 541-753-4185. That's 753-4185. And get in the game.
This is Mike Parker for Even Flow Plumbing, your trusted award-winning plumber for the Mid-Valley. Even Flow specializes in complete plumbing and drain cleaning solutions for residential and commercial jobs. They treat your home like it's their home, and their flat-rate pricing means no surprises at the end of the job. Even Flow takes pride in doing the job right the first time. Just call 541-738-8853 for all your plumbing needs. When you need a pro, go with the flow. Even Flow Plumbing.
1240 Joe Radio.
Back at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, leading things off against Charlie Royal. The first batter to face Charlie is Timo Becerra. Timo hitting for Xander Darby and swings and gets a base hit into center field. And now the batter is Titus Dimitru, who lifts one foul off to the right and just below the Omaha Room grandstand. But a nice job by Timo Becerra getting on Charlie Royal, spelled R-O-Y-L-E, a young man out of Wilson High School in Long Beach, California. Becerra, a base hit here in the bottom of the fourth with the Knights trailing 4-0. Mason Lee stopped at second. Timo Becerra aboard on the base hit at first. And now 0-1 to Titus Dimitru. Royal delivers. Breaking ball just missed, and the count 1-1. Charlie Royal making just his second appearance with the Ridgefield Raptors this summer. He is Cal Poly at San Luis Obispo bound. Good for this young man. Been a real leader at his program at Wilson High in Long Beach. The 1-1 pitch, the runners go. The breaking ball is down. The throw to second base is in time to get Becerra. Mason Lee into third, but Becerra is thrown out, the trail runner, and comes up appearing to be ailing just a bit. And the Knights now have 2 outs, and what appeared to be a promising inning is on a nice throw, a quick transfer and throw by Isaac Lovings to get Becerra. Not nearly as hopeful as a moment ago. Now the 2-1 pitch just misses for ball 3. 3-1 to Dimitru. The Knights have had 2 runners caught stealing here in the ball game tonight. Trail at 4-0. Mason Lee at third. The 3-1 pitch swung on and fouled at the plate by Dimitru, and the count 3-2. Charlie Royal out of Wilson in Long Beach, California. I read an article that said he played many sports in his youth, including something called junior guards. Junior guards. That's a sport. I have no idea what that means even. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Good breaking ball from the former junior guard star. In there for strike three called. Junior guards? Anyway, we are through four. The Knights kind of run themselves out of the possibility of keeping the pressure on Royal and the Ridgefield Raptors, who continue to control this ball game impressively. No runs, a hit, 2 hits, 1 left. Through four, Ridgefield 4, the Knights nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
The Corvallis Knights are champions, having won 5 straight West Coast Baseball League titles. And the team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help developing a winning program? With 46 years in business, they have what you need to develop and execute your game plan into a championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or Robert Berry. Their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your financial future. Visit taxandwealthmanagement.com or call 541-753-4185. That's 753-4185. And get in the game.
I just got home from a fishing trip to find that we had a new patio with pavers and everything. I told my wife I didn't want to do it. So she went ahead, put the plans together, and went to Philomath Rental, where she got all the tools she needed, and they showed her how to use the equipment. The patio looks great. Now she's planning more projects. Thank you, Philomath Rental.
Philomath Rental, next to Landmark Realty, 1.5 miles west of the Sunset Shopping Center. For tools and equipment for home, farm, and business, check out Philomath Rental.
Planning an Oregon staycation this year? You'll find a great selection of warm weather shirts, sandals, hats, even summer suits and sport coats for those special events. We have it all at the Natty Dresser, from hats to shoes and everything in between. You'll find everything the well-dressed man needs by brands you trust. Our services include suit rentals, alterations, and custom made-to-measure shirts. The Natty Dresser, purveyors of quality menswear, now open Monday through Saturday in the heart of historic downtown Albany. Dress well, be confident, find success.
1240 Joe Radio.
Mikey Kane leads things off in the top of the 5th inning for the Ridgefield Raptors against Knights left-hander Will Clark. Mikey takes low and away. Safety squeeze run batted in the first inning for Mikey. And a fielder's choice, 5-2 in the second inning. He takes the 1-0 pitch up and away, ball 2, 2-0. Mikey Kane awaits Clark. Will's 2-0 pitch. A high pop fly on the right side. The second baseman calling, and it's Mason Lee to put it away. 1 away. Mason now over at second base. Xander Darby no longer in. The why and the wherefore of that I'm not aware of. Timo Becerra stays in the ball game and plays third base. 1 away here in the top of the 5th. 4-0 Ridgefield. And the batter is the right-hand hitting, switch hitting, in this case now batting from the right side, Will Chambers, who swings and misses. 0-1 the count. Will struck out twice from the left side, both against Knight starter Duke Brotherton. The strike one pitch to Will misses down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. 4 runs, 7 hits for Ridgefield. No runs, 3 hits, an error for the Knights. Clark back to the plate. Delivers a breaking ball in there for a strike. He's ahead of the count, 1-2. In Ridgefield tomorrow, back here Thursday. Hope that you make plans to join us. The 1-2 pitch outside. Again, tonight's game being sponsored in part by Garmin. They employ over 500 at the Salem Airport, including 60 veterans and other members of the active military. And they have job openings in a lot of their different areas at Garmin, and encourage you to check them out. careers.garmin.com. The pitch on the way to Will Chambers, batting from the right side, stroke to the gap in right center field. It'll get down for another extra base hit for Ridgefield. over to get it. Logan Johnstone took a stab at it, now gets it back in, but Chambers would have been able to get to second anyway. So another hit, another double. That's 8 hits on the day, and half of them for extra bases for the Ridgefield Raptors. And that brings to the plate Isaac Lovings, who has grounded to third and struck out. Ridgefield has been in complete control of this opening game of the series, trying to defer the Knights' clinching of another playoff berth. The Knights need a win in the next 3 games to clinch home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs, a new divisional format, 1 versus 4 in a best 2 out of 3 series. The first pitch to Isaac Lovings misses down and in, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, ball 2, 2-0. The Knights were certainly hopeful to take care of that bit of business here tonight, but they're down 4-0 in the 5th, and Ridgefield with an opportunity to pick up another run here. Chambers gets his lead from second. Will Clark's 2-0 pitch to Lovings, hit to center and deep. Back on the ball goes Advincula, but has a play. Jonah makes the catch. Chambers tags, heads to third, and he will get there without a throw from Spencer Scott. 2 away, and Doyle Kane will be the hitter. 6:35 tomorrow, 6:35 on Thursday. Tomorrow night in Ridgefield, tomorrow night back here at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. My pregame show guest, Mason Lee, who began the game at third, now playing second. We explored his versatility amongst several of the things we talked about in the pregame show, one of which was his lifelong love for the Dodgers and going to ball games with his family at Chavez Ravine. Doyle Kane takes high, the count 1-0. 4-0 Ridgefield in the 5th. Will Chambers at third, 2 down. Mason has managed to maintain his affection. He's still young, though. Things can happen. The 1-0 pitch down and in, ball 2, 2-0. But I do have still a place in my heart for having fallen in love with that team and that organization in the mid-'60s and held for a lot of years, including through 1980 and all the way through Fernando's years. The 2-0 pitch, a strike, and the count 2-1. In 80, the Dodgers needed to win 3 to force a 1-game playoff, with Houston owning a magic number of 1. And behold, they did it, won all 3. The 2-1 pitch lifted into left center field. Advincula finds it and catches it, and the inning is over. And I bring up all of that just to say Houston just needed to win 1 to clinch. They didn't. There wouldn't be a 1-game playoff here if Ridgefield wins all 3, but they would win the first half because they'd have the tiebreaker over the Knights. So the Knights are down 4-0, and they don't want to fool around too much. If they don't get it tonight, they'd certainly like to take care of it tomorrow, lest there be a good deal of pressure to bring it home on Thursday. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's still Ridgefield 4, the Knights nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
When you think of Albin's, you think plumbing. And when you think of plumbing, you think water. Hi, this is Katie Albin. Some plumbing projects don't have anything to do with water. At Albin's Plumbing, we also work with natural gas and propane lines. So if you need a gas line for home heating, cooking, or for a gas water heater, give us a call.
At Albin's Plumbing, plumbing's all we do. Call 754-8282, Albin's Plumbing.
The versatile Kubota B-Series is a do-it-all tractor, part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. You can run powerful attachments that can be easily switched out. The Kubota B-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Lynn Benton Tractor on Highway 99E in Tangent. See it at lynnbentontractor.com.
For auto glass solutions, better call Glass Man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
Need your auto glass repaired or replaced? Need to recalibrate your advanced car safety system? Don't call that 800 number. Call the Glass Man.
For auto glass solutions, better call the Glass Man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
1240 Joe Radio.
Tyler Quinn, speaking of Fernando, her husband, Katie Troutman, came up. She and her husband, Fernando, great Beaver fans. They've come to many of the shows. Came up to tell me that her father was born on July 5th of 1921, 1 year before mine. So thank you, Katie, for sharing that. Bottom of the fifth inning, 4-0 Ridgefield. Tyler Quinn trying to bunts it foul. And now the right-hander, Charlie Royal, who's pitched well since coming on, delivers a 2-1 pitch to Tyler. A looper to shallow right field. Going out is the second baseman, Travis Welker. He calls, stays with it, and makes an over-the-shoulder catch. Nice play by Tyler. One away. Logan Johnstone, the hitter. Logan popped out to short in the third. 4-0 Ridgefield, bottom of the fifth. 4 runs and 8 hits for the Raptors. No runs, 3 hits for the Knights. Charlie Royal, as I mentioned, spells it Royle. The right-hander, coming off an excellent career in his high school, was the acknowledged team leader there. As I mentioned, played junior guards amongst other things. Works quickly. The 1-0 pitch to Johnstone, high and away, ball 2, 2-0. When I get a chance, I will look up whatever that sport is. It's not something I remember being offered at Los Altos or Los Altos Elementary School in Hacienda Heights circa 1966. The 2-0 pitch lifted to left center field off the bat of Logan Johnstone. Austin Cavanis over a couple of steps to his right to make the catch. 2 away, and Jonah Advincula, the batter, has lined out and walked. Royal, R-O-Y-L-E, and the only other time I've ever seen that name that way, spelled that way, I referenced Fields earlier in Lompoc and the Bank Dick. W.C. Fields made a silent film called That Royal Girl, R-O-Y-L-E. I've not seen it. I've only seen a couple of the silent Fields offerings. The pitch on the way to Advincula, a strike, and the count 0-1. That Royal Girl, R-O-Y-L-E. I think it was a Fields vehicle, but he was in it with Chester Conklin. Nobody else on the planet has seen it, I don't think, but I remember the spelling. The strike one pitch, missing inside. I think it was one of those silents from the Long Island studios in the late 20s. Fields made good silent films, but he needed sound and got it, thanks to Jolie and 27 and others who came after. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down in the fifth, 4-0 Ridgefield. That Royal Charlie, R-O-Y-L-E, delivers and misses. Ball 2. Charlie's look good. 2 balls and a strike, 2 down. Larry Lee getting a good-looking young right-hander, and Charlie Royal coming to San Luis Obispo. Good breaking ball for a strike, and the count 2-2 to Jonah Advincula. Royal on in relief of starter Ryan Harvey, who pitched very well. Royal 6'2", 190. Kickson comes to the plate with a 2-2 pitch outside, ball 3, 3-2. Spencer Scott on deck. The 3-2 pitch on the way, swung on and missed. And that Charlie Royal has been impressive since coming on. He gave up a base hit to the first batter that he encountered, but has retired the last 4, 2 by strikeout, and the Knights go in order in the fifth. Through 5, it's still Ridgefield 4, the Knights nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
Do you ever experience headaches, or how about back pain? Here at Horesco Chiropractic, we truly believe that everybody deserves to live a life without pain. Our doctors will get to the root of your condition and create a custom treatment plan to help you get back to living the best version of your life. Our patients often say how amazed they feel to live a life with less pain after they have experienced how effective chiropractic care is. Start on the journey of improved health by giving us a call today or visiting our website at horesco.com. Horesco Chiropractic in Corvallis. We really can make a world of difference for you.
The Corvallis Knights are champions, having won 5 straight West Coast Baseball League titles. And the team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help developing a winning program? With 46 years in business, they have what you need to develop and execute your game plan into a championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or Robert Berry. Their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your financial future. Visit taxandwealthmanagement.com or call 541-753-4185. That's 753-4185 and get in the game.
Downward Dog across the OSU campus is serving up cold drinks and tasty food on their sunny patio. Burgers like the Hangover Helper or Double Trouble. If you prefer, substitute a house-made veggie patty and enjoy appetizers, wraps, salads, and sandwiches. And breakfast is served until 2. The food at Downward Dog is made fresh from scratch and locally sourced whenever possible. And they specialize in mouth-watering handcrafted cocktails and thirst-quenching local microbrews. So stop by the Downward Dog today. Open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. on 23rd and Monroe across from the OSU campus.
1240 Joe Radio.
Alex Sepulveda swings at the first pitch from Will Clark, fouls it to the right and out of play. Now the strike one pitch, a line drive to the hole at short, backhanded by Spencer Scott. Good play by Spencer. One away to open the top of the 6th inning. Steven Espinoza, who slid to center and struck out, will come to the plate. The Raptors got on the Knights early. 2 runs in the first, 2 more in the second, and they've been cruising along ever since. It's 4-0 into the 6th inning with the right-hand hitting Espinoza taking a first pitch ball just outside from Will Clark. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch on the way. A little bit high from Will. Ball 2, 2-0. I've been thinking a lot about my dad today, obviously, as I would on what would be his 100th birthday. The 2-0 pitch on the way, just inside, ball 3, 3-0. And in mentioning Fields, when I think about just great times with my dad, and there are many that I'm grateful for, and his falling in love with sports after I did is something I'm deeply grateful for. The 3-0 pitch is high, ball 4. A man who had never evinced any interest in sports, didn't have the leisure for it in his hard-working life from the age of 14 on, and throughout his hard-working life, my mom said that the poem "These Hands" are that great poem "These Hands," and the song, I'm not sure who wrote it, but Johnny Cash performed it as well. She said they could have been written of my dad's hands. Such a great man and a hard-working man. But when I showed at the age of 7 a sudden interest in these things, games, not junior guards, but baseball, basketball, football, Dad, he went out and bought a couple of gloves, came home. He never played catch before. We learned how to play catch together, started taking me to Dodger Stadium and to the Forum and to the Coliseum. And he also, too, when yours truly, thanks to my mother's interest in W.C. Fields, I love Fields and the Marx Brothers as a child and still do. Travis Welker hits one into the Urchin Alley, and now he hits a little ground ball barehanded. The throw to first by Mason Lee, not in time. Welker fooled, gets a check swing base hit, and he's now 2 for 3. A little tapper that eluded Will Clark, not able to come off in field, and once it got by Clark, it had compromised the defense to the point that Mason Lee, charging barehanded, threw to first too late. First and second, 1 out, and Jacob Sharp, the hitter. And I know many of us carry images, moments that we'll never forget with our loved ones, our children, our parents, whatever the case. And I'll never forget. I mean, there's a lot of things I'll never forget about my dad, but one was going to one of those arts houses, Art for Films in Eugene, Cinema 7, the Atrium building. First pitch hits the batter, Jacob Sharp, to load the bases. Jacob has doubled twice and hit back to the box. He gets hit on the first pitch from Will Clark here in the top of the 6th to load him up. And that'll bring to the plate Austin Cavanis with 1 out. 4-0 Ridgefield as they try to take even further command in this one. Every once in a while, back in these good old days, you know that some film houses, art houses, would have revivals or festivals of Laurel and Hardy or John Ford films or Fields or the Marx Brothers. We went to a double feature, Fields, my dad and I together in '75. The first pitch is in there for a strike to Cavanis, 0-1 the count. The film Six of a Kind, where Field shoots pool, brilliant sequence that he developed in vaudeville. No balls and a strike, bases loaded. Espinoza at third, Welker at second, Sharp at first, 1 out. 0-1 to Cavanis. Breaking ball from Will Clark is high, and the count 1-1. And just to see my dad crying with laughter in the seat next to me. And I was enjoying that, watching him enjoy Fields as much as I was enjoying the master himself. Thank you, Dad, for everything. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Good pitch from Will Clark in there for a strike, and the count 1-2. 4-0. Ridgefield trying to bust it open here in the 6th. Espinoza at third, Welker at second, Sharp at first. 1-2 to Cavanis. Mikey Kane on deck. Big sequence right here for Will Clark and the Knights to try to stay in this game. The 1-2 pitch, though, instead is ripped to right field. Moving over to catch it is Logan Johnstone. Tagging up is Espinoza. The throw to first is in time for the double play, and the run doesn't score. The out on the double play that the Knights should have had yesterday in Portland, they get now. And Coda's going to argue this call too, but it's the right call. The throw to first beat the runner, and he got the call right. Double play. Brilliantly done. Terrible base running at first by Jacob Sharp. And Cavanis lines into a 9-3 double play. Wow, what a turn. I said it's an important sequence, and wow, it was. The Knights get a double play to get out of the inning. Coach Coda with kind of a half-hearted argument, but clearly the throw from Johnstone to Kiko Romero beat Espinoza trying to come down the line to score from third. Big sequence. We'll see if that gives the Knights life. A 9-3 double play ends the top of the 6th. It is still Ridgefield 4, the Knights nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
There I was in the living room taking a nap when I heard a terrible sound.
When are you going to start working on our deck and getting the house ready to paint?
I'll do it, but not today.
Well, if you won't do it, I'll do it myself. I know the guys at Philomath Rental can show me what I need to do, and since they're open 7 days a week, I can go out there today.
Uh-oh. Darn you, Philomath Rental.
Philomath Rental, next to Landmark Realty, 1.5 miles west of the Sunset Shopping Center. For tools and equipment for home, farm, and business, check out Philomath Rental.
Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, people in the Mid-Valley have been going to Corvallis Floor Covering. They thank their many friends and customers for your continued support and look forward to working with you on your next remodeling project. Browse through their large showroom with a beautiful selection of carpet, countertops, sheet vinyl, linoleum, tile, hard surface floors, and window coverings from all the popular brands. Corvallis Floor Covering, corner of 2nd and Van Buren downtown, or log on to corvallisfloorcovering.com. Shop local. Shop Corvallis Floor Covering.
1240 Joe Radio.
Bottom of the 6th inning. The game moments ago was very close to being utterly out of hand here. Bases loaded, 1 out, and a ball ripped to right field that when it first left the bat of the left-handed hitter, Austin Cavanis, I thought it might get down for a 3-run double. Instead, it was caught by Johnstone, who threw the ball back to first to get Jacob Sharp, who thought, like I did, that it was going to get down. Instead, Sharp gets doubled up at first, and the runner, Espinoza, tagging at third, didn't get across the plate before the out was recorded at first, so no run, and it remains 4-0. Now in the bottom of the 6th inning, Spencer Scott working against Charlie Royal. Charlie delivering to Spencer, who is 0 for 2, falling behind the count 2-1, but delivers, and Spencer fouls it at the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Spencer Scott, Kiko Romero, and Mason Lee. The 2-2 pitch, a 1-hopper to the second baseman, Travis Welker. Travis fields it on the wet turf, throws to first to get Spencer. Big out to open the bottom of the 6th. Just simply the momentum, the psychology of this ball game. The 9-3 double play to end the first inning. Jacob Sharp making a big mistake on the bases, taking off and not seeing the ball down. Ends up running into a double play that prevents that line drive from turning into a sac fly and an RBI. But then Scott making out to open the bottom of the sixth inning kind of settles things down from Charlie Royal's perspective. Here, Kiko Romero hits a ball that Welker can't flag. A line drive base hit by the diving second baseman into right center field for a base hit. Well struck by Kiko, who is now 1 for 2, and Mason Lee, who is 2 for 2, will come to the plate. Bottom of the sixth inning, 4-0 Ridgefield. Mason has a look at Brooke Knight, and not a whole lot of other than perhaps as he did in the first inning, hitting behind the runner. The Knights need to string some hits together here now. Down 4-0. 4 runs and 9 hits for the Raptors. No runs, 4 hits for the Knights. The first pitch from Royal misses down and away. Ball 1, 1-0. Brady Lavoie on deck. Kiko Romero held on by Doyle Kane and draws a throw and gets back. Have not heard an attendance number tonight, but it is way larger than what I was expecting it to be. The Knights have their stronghold on this market in the summer. They've done a great job, even on a night that was as unpleasant as this one was all day long and into the evening. Many fans have still come out. They're dressed for the occasion. The 1-0 pitch, a check swing taken high and inside by Lee. On appeal, no swing, and the count 2-0. The 2-0 pitch, Mason swings and gets a piece of it to stay alive. 2 balls and a strike. A 1-out single for Kiko Romero. The Knights tried to chip away a little bit at it. They were down at this stage 6-1 against Port Angeles in the 6th inning here 3 nights ago. Came back to win. Trying to find that type of mode again here now. A throw to first base. Kiko Romero back. The postscript to the story in 80, the 3 games that L.A. needed to win to beat Houston to force a tie in a 1-game playoff. The Dodgers did do that. 3 exciting wins. And then lost the 1-game playoff. Breaking ball just misses with Mason Lee showing bunt. And the count now 3-1. Tommy Lasorda made, in my view, one of the great mistakes of his life by not starting a rookie by the name of Fernando in that 1-game playoff in 80. Went with his high-moneyed free agent Dave Goltz and lost 7-1. The pitch to Mason Lee, a high pop fly into shallow center field. Second baseman Travis Welker goes out, and in front of Austin Cavanis makes the catch. 2 away, and Brady Lavoie to the plate. Brady has struck out and lined out. When the youngsters on our elongated pregame show came up from the Siletz, Eddyville, and Toledo All-Star team, the 10-under All-Star team, which will begin competition this week, they have come into the ballpark in their uniforms proudly here tonight. The pitch to Lavoie, swung out and missed. The song, The Danger Zone, came on, and one of the youngsters said, "Oh, I love that song." I couldn't believe that they knew the song. And I said, was that in the first Top Gun? Just seeing if they, and the kid said, yeah, it was. I said, have you seen the second? And he said, yeah, and you should see it too. I appreciated the movie recommendation. The strike one pitch to Lavoie, swung out and missed, 0-2 the count. I astonished them all when I said, I haven't even seen the first. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 4-0 Ridgefield in the bottom of the 6th, but I do hope to watch Animal Crackers or Duck Soup again soon. The strike 2 pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed. Strike 3, the pitch was in the turf. The throw to the first baseman from Isaac Lovings completes the strikeout, and Charlie Royal continues to roll along. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We are through 6. It's Ridgefield 4 and the Knights nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
Dave's Performance Hybrids is the Willamette Valley's Prius experts and your Toyota dealer alternative. Dave's is now offering hybrid battery warranty extension for every Prius. If your Prius has an original battery or was replaced somewhere else and has expired, invest in Dave's hybrid battery warranty extension before it fails and save 50% off the price of a 1 to 5 year warranty, including testing. Need an oil change? Get $20 off your next oil service at Dave's Performance Hybrids. Off I-5 and Highway 20 in Albany. Online at davesperformancehybrids.com.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm former Oregon State athlete Tim Ewis, your Corvallis Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 541-758-8245. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
We set them up, you knock them down. Island Bowl, family entertainment for young and old. Clean and friendly, that's Highland Bowl. Bring your party, let the good times roll. Great food, good fun, that's Highland Bowl. We set them up, you knock them down. Highland Bowl.
North 9th Street, Corvallis.
1240 Joe Radio.
Through 6 innings at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, the Ridgefield Raptors 4 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. The Corvallis Knights, no runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. Right-hander Neil Feist into the ballgame for the Knights here in the 7th. Trying to at least keep it close and give the Knights a chance to get something going offensively. They have been stymied by the combined work of Ryan Harvey and Charlie Royal so far. Now Neil Feist into the ballgame to make his 10th appearance this summer. 13 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts, a record of 1-0, an earned run average of 1.97. Leading things off will be Mikey Kane in the 3-hole tonight for Ridgefield in the opener of this 3-game series. Mikey will be followed by Will Chambers and then Isaac Lovings. Mikey, an RBI and a safety squeeze in the first. Aboard on a fielder's choice in the second. Popped out in the 5th inning, and he pops out here on the first pitch in the 7th. A soft liner to the left of Spencer Scott, who pulls it in. 1 away. And Will Chambers, the hitter. Chambers, the switch hitter, will turn back around to bat from the left side. 2 times from the left side against Knight starter Duke Brotherton. Chambers struck out. He turned around and batted from the right side against Clark and doubled to right. Will takes low and away, ball 1. Neil Feist and Tyler Quinn, the Knights' battery. Kiko Romero at first, Mason Lee at second, Spencer Scott at short, Timo Becerra at third. The 1-0 pitch, a strike, and the count 1-1 to Will Chambers. In the outfield for Corvallis, Titus Dimitru in left, Jonah Advincula in center, Logan Johnstone in right. 1-1 to Will Chambers. Feist delivers high, ball 2, 2-1. 6'3", 215-pounder out of El Camino College. Right-hander Neil Feist has been busy this summer for the Knights. His 10th overall appearance leads the team. The 2-1 pitch swung on and missed, and that evens the count to Will. 2 balls and 2 strikes with Isaac Lovings next. The canopy's been up since our rainy 6 o'clock hour, and we are hoping that this will be it. I think Blake, in fact, got the canopy set up again for the second time this season a little before 6. The game was delayed until 6:50. We came on the air at 6:25. I'm hoping the canopy can come down for good for the summer of 2022 after tonight. I hear the weather's going to be better Thursday. 2-2 fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. Neil Feist strikes out Will Chambers, who has now fanned thrice tonight. And with 2 away, Isaac Lovings to the plate. Isaac has grounded to third, struck out, and flied to center. 2 outs, nobody on. Will Clark retired the Raptors in order in the 4th. Feist trying to do it here in his first inning of work. The right-hander to the plate. First pitch is swung on and missed. 0-1 the count. Duke Brotherton, Will Clark, and now Neil Feist. 4 runs, 9 hits for the Raptors. No runs, 4 hits for Corvallis. The strike 1 pitch hits Isaac Lovins, and Doyle Kane will come to the plate. The Knights have actually done a reasonably good job in terms of minimizing freebies, although they did give up a hit batsman and a walk last inning. Doyle Kane to the plate, an RBI single in the first, an infield single in the third, fly to center in the 5th. Isaac held on at first by Kiko Romero. Feist delivers a fastball up and in, ball 1. 1-0 to Doyle Kane. Coach Cota goes through the signs outside of third. Nick Allen, the coach at first for the Raptors. 1 ball and no strikes with the right-hander Neil Feist ready and comes to the plate. And the 1-0 pitch, a strike, 1-1 the count. In talking about Ridgefield trying to sweep the series, and if they do, Ridgefield would finish the first half at 17-9, as would the Knights, and with the sweep of the series, Ridgefield would have the tiebreaker. And thus, in a head-to-head competition with the Knights, be reckoned as ahead of Corvallis. The 1-1 pitch missing, ball 2, 2-1. Two balls and a strike the count. The pitch on the way, lifted foul down the right field line and out of play. I'm not sure where the Portland Pickles, who are 15-9 after the split of the doubleheader yesterday, I'm not sure why. If I know that the only 2 teams that we've been talking about tonight, and I haven't checked, I'll have to check with Brooks or some of the others who follow these things closely. If Portland swept Cowlitz, I'm trying to think if where they would end up. They would be 18-9. No, they would be at 18-9. Fastball just outside, a little bit of a flinch job by the home plate umpire, and the count goes full to 3-2. And that would be, wouldn't that wrap it up for the Pickles? If Ridgefield swept and the Pickles swept. Well, anyway, we'll have to check out all of that. There goes the runner with 2 down. Loving's going on the 3-2 pitch, a fly ball to right center. Advincula on the move to grab it, and the inning is over. Doyle Kane flies out to right center field. The Knights hope to get some inspiration from the fans and take me out to the ball game in the 7th inning stretch. They could use it. It's been a quiet night. At the end of 6.5, Ridgefield 4, the Knights nothing. Let's take a 2-minute pitching change break here. 2 minutes, back in 2, 1240, Joe Radio.
Planning an Oregon staycation this year? You'll find a great selection of warm weather shirts, sandals, hats, even summer suits and sport coats for those special events. We have it all at the Natty Dresser, from hats to shoes and everything in between. You'll find everything the well-dressed man needs by brands you trust. Our services include suit rentals, alterations, and custom made-to-measure shirts. The Natty Dresser, purveyors of quality menswear, now open Monday through Saturday in the heart of historic downtown Albany. Dress well, be confident, find success.
For auto glass solutions, better call the Glass Man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
Need your auto glass repaired or replaced? Need to recalibrate your advanced car safety system? Don't call that 800 number. Call the Glass Man.
For auto glass solutions, better call the Glass Man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
Hey, veterans, Mid-Willamette Family VetNet and the Corvallis Elks invite you to a Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge. It's a resource fair aimed at providing services and supplies to veterans and their families. Learn about disability and Social Security benefits, employment services, housing and utility assistance, medical and dental resources, and more. Food and drinks will be served at the Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge, 1400 North 9th Street.
When you think of Albans, you think plumbing. And when you think of plumbing, you think water. Hi, this is Katie Albin. Some plumbing projects don't have anything to do with water. At Albans Plumbing, we also work with natural gas and propane lines. So if you need a gas line for home heating, cooking, or for a gas water heater, give us a call.
At Albin's Plumbing, plumbing's all we do. Call 754-8282. Albin's Plumbing.
1240 Joe Radio.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Timo Becerra against Charlie Royal. The first pitch from Charlie missing to Timo, who greeted Royal with a base hit to center field in the 4th. A 1-0 pitch, a strike, and the count 1-1. A combined shutout from Ryan Harvey and Charlie Royal thus far. The 1-1 pitch to Timo in there for strike 2. I like Royal's look. He's going to be a guy. It's going to help Larry Lee's program and Cal Poly. The 1-2 pitch on the way from Royal, breaking ball down. 2-2 the count. Titus Dimitru on deck, Tyler Quinn to follow. The Knights were pretty quiet last night in Game 2, losing 5-2 to the Portland Pickles on the 4th of July. The Pickles getting a sweep. I checked with Brooks Hatch in the press box between innings, who clarified the Pickles situation. Portland is out. The only two teams alive for the first half championship. The 3-2 pitch swung on and missed. Just based on a reckoning of the first 26 scheduled games, Portland cannot get past the Knights or the Raptors. Even though they have a record of 15-9, they cannot surpass either team because of some games rained out. I didn't fully understand his answer, other than the upshot is only the Raptors and Knights are alive. The Knights with a magic number of 1 in this 3-game series. The pitch to Titus Dimitru hit foul down the right field line and out of play. No balls and a strike. But if the Raptors sweep, they win the first half. The Knights have a magic number of 1, needing to win 1 of the 3. But it feels like, in a sense, the toughest one of the 3 in that scenario for the Raptors would be this first one. And they have a 4-0 lead in the bottom of the 7th. They go home tomorrow. And if they win that, then the pressure falls squarely on the Knights here Thursday. The strike 1 pitch, a ground ball by the mound. The shortstop, Mikey Kane, from behind the bag, fires to first, beating the diving Titus Dimitru for the out. Good play by Mikey Kane, back of the bag. He had to hurry, and he did, and there are 2 down. And Tyler Quinn to the plate. Knights baseball presented in part by Best Western Corvallis. When you visit Corvallis to catch Knights baseball, be sure to stay at Best Western, where you will enjoy the largest hotel rooms in the city and an outdoor heated pool. Wherever life takes you, Best Western is there. And Knights baseball brought to you by Oregon State Credit Union. If you live or work in one of 24 Western or Central Oregon counties, you're entitled to the full membership privileges and financial services of Oregon State Credit Union. Charlie Royal missing to Tyler Quinn on the first pitch. Charlie comes back, the 1-0 offering, swung on and missed. 1-1 the count. Quinn is 0 for 2, pop to short, pop to second. Royal ready. Charlie delivers inside. And the count, 2 balls and a strike to Tyler, with Logan Johnstone on deck. And our thanks to Oregon State Credit Union for their sponsorship of our big fireworks show 2 nights ago. Ground ball to second, picked up by Travis Welker. And Welker throws to first, and Charlie Royal continuing to mow the Beavers down, the Knights down, pardon me. 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the 7th. So the Knights have been quiet all evening long and are running out of outs. We go to the 8th It's still Ridgefield 4 and Corvallis nothing before a crowd announced at 1,870. That's amazing that 1,870 are here on this damp and kind of miserable evening. The fans have come out in good numbers, 1,870. We go to the 8th, Ridgefield 4, the Knights nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, people in the Mid-Valley have been going to Corvallis Floor Covering. They thank their many friends and customers for your continued support and look forward to working with you on your next remodeling project. Browse through their large showroom with a beautiful selection of carpet, countertops, sheet vinyl, linoleum, tile, hard surface floors, and window coverings from all the popular brands. Corvallis Floor Covering, corner of 2nd and Van Buren downtown, or log on to corvallisfloorcovering.com. Shop local. Shop Corvallis Floor Covering.
If you're fed up with dirty grout lines, maybe it's time to consider cultured marble. Hi, I'm Katie Albin at Albin's Plumbing in Corvallis. Cultured marble is an affordable way to get the look of marble, and the best part is, no grout lines, affordable and easy to maintain. Come by our showroom on 9th Street in Corvallis and see the beautiful look of cultured marble.
At Albin's Plumbing, plumbing's all we do. Call 754-8282, Albin's Plumbing.
Dave's Performance Hybrids is the Willamette Valley's Prius experts and your Toyota dealer alternative. Dave's is now offering hybrid battery warranty extension for every Prius. If your Prius has an original battery or was replaced somewhere else and has expired, invest in Dave's hybrid battery warranty extension before it fails and save 50% off the price of a 1 to 5 year warranty, including testing. Need an oil change? Get $20 off your next oil service at Dave's Performance Hybrids. Off I-5 and Highway 20 in Albany. Online at davesperformancehybrids.com.
1240 Joe Radio.
Alex Sepulveda takes a first pitch strike from Neil Feist. Alex 0 for 3. Neil strike one pitch just outside, 1-1 the count. Top of the 8th inning, 4-0 Ridgefield. The Raptors got out early, 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and they've been cruising. Neil Feist comes back with a 1-1 breaking ball up and in. Ball 2, 2-1 to Alex Sepulveda. Right-handed hitting Sepulveda, followed by Steven Espinoza, then Travis Welker in the 8th. The 2-1 pitch is punched down the right field line, a fair ball base hit. Logan Johnstone over, grabbing it off the warning track in foul territory. A leadoff single for Sepulveda, and that'll bring to the plate Steven Espinoza, who has flied to center, struck out, and walked. The 10th hit of the evening for the Ridgefield Raptors. The Knights have only 4 and have yet to score. Espinoza at the plate is 0 for 2 with a walk drawn. The runner at first, Alex Sepulveda. Espinoza awaits Feist, who comes to the plate. A fly ball to center. Jonah Advincula hesitates, now moves in and makes the catch. 1 away. Travis Welker will be the hitter. When the Knights bat in the bottom of the 8th inning, Logan Johnstone, Jonah Advincula, and Spencer Scott, the scheduled hitters. Welker has doubled, tried to bunt for a hit and did not run in the designated lane and was thus thrown out by catcher Tyler Quinn. Even the ball hit Welker in the back, but he was running in fair territory and not in the designated lane in foul territory. And an infield single for Welker in the 6th. He takes a strike, the count 0-1. Welker has a look at Coach Cota outside the third base coaching box. Alex Sepulveda held on at first by Kiko Romero. From the stretch, Neil Feist delivers a chopper foul towards Coach Cota, and the count 0-2. Sepulveda returns to first. I gave a little Chris Bermanism earlier on Alex Pico and Sepulveda. A bizarre song. I don't know who sang it, but it sticks in my head forever. Pico and Sepulveda, I think's the title of it, with the chorus that finishes with the La Brea Tar Pits. A precursor to Randy Newman's I Love L.A., I would dare say. That Newman just taking on, singing about a lot of places in the Southland, streets, beaches. And Pico and Sepulveda kind of set the way back for Randy on that theme anyway, way back when. The pitch is down in the turf. Welker taking it. 1-2 the count to Travis. Feist delivers. Popped up the middle of the infield. Spencer Scott, the night shortstop, a couple of steps behind the bag, makes the catch. 2 away, and Jacob Sharp will be the hitter. Sharp has been a good hitter tonight. He's doubled twice, scored twice, hit back to the box, and been hit by a pitch. 4 runs and 10 hits for the Ridgefield Raptors. 4 of those hits have been for extra bases. They lead it 4-0 in the 8th. Neil Feist has been part of a bullpen that has performed well. He throws to first, and back to the bag goes Sepulveda. Will Clark picked up for Duke Brotherton and was good. Neil Feist has also been effective since taking over last inning, trying to keep it a 4-run deficit. Delivers, and this ball's lined down the left field line in the corner. A fair ball. Sepulveda gets to third. He'll be held there. The throw coming back in from Titus Dimitru to Spencer Scott. But it is a 2-out double and the 5th 2-bagger of the night for the Ridgefield Raptors. Runners at second and third and 2 down, and a chance to deliver in a very real sense, the final blow, the killer blow, if you will. If Cavanis is able to get a base hit here, that would about seal it, it would seem. Top of the 8th inning, 4-0 Raptors. Cavanis has singled, doubled, popped to short, and lined into a 9-3 double play in his last at-bat. The pitch to Austin from Feist misses low, ball 1, 1-0. It's a good-looking Raptors club, and you see now that they still have life. They win tonight. They go home on the bus this evening back to Ridgefield in southwest Washington, believing that, well, hey, we're going home. We'll win this too. The 1-0 pitch to Cavanis is a strike, and the count 1-1. And so if that home field advantage holds, it hasn't tonight for the Knights, but if it does for the Raptors tomorrow, then Thursday night we'll see a game for the first half title right here at 6:35 at Goss. Now the Knights, of course, would like to take care of business tonight if they can. Tomorrow certainly on the road. The 1-1 pitch missing high, ball 2, 2-1 to Austin Cavanis. With runners at second and third and 2 down. And Ridgefield trying to put a lock on this one right here. Neil Feist out of the stretch, delivers a swinging bunt up along first. It's a fair ball. The throw to first is not in time. A swinging bunt single for Cavanis, and the Raptors lead it 5-0. The ball just simply wasn't going to trickle foul. That was about the only hope that Neil Feist had. And he didn't wait. I mean, he got to the ball in a hurry. I'm sure as he approached it halfway up the line at first, Neil was hoping that the ball might roll foul. It didn't. Swinging bunt, RBI single for Austin Cavanis. The Raptors lead it 5-0 with Alex Sepulveda coming down the line to score. Jacob Sharp into third. And now with runners at the corners and 2 down, Mikey Kane takes a breaking ball down and away, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. That's a huge run in the game. And it will lead to some activity in the Knights' bullpen, but it really does lead, I'm sure, to just growing and building excitement and confidence for the Raptors in their dugout. They feel like they're about ready to put this one away, and they are. Mikey Kane rips it down the left field line in the corner, a fair ball. Rounding third is Sharp to score on his way to the plate from first base, and scoring all the way from first on the 6th double of the night is Austin Cavanis. And the Raptors taking a big step towards keeping their life alive. A double down the left field line. Now, wait a minute. Did a runner miss third on his way, and the Knights appeal that the runner missed third, the second runner coming around. The first run, Sepulveda scores, but the Knights appeal that Austin Cavaness had missed third, coming around third, and on the appeal, the base umpire says out. So only one run on the double. Even so, the Raptors are still in great shape. But they had a chance to really bust it wide open. Cavaness racing around third missed. The Knights get the appeal and get the out on Cavaness. It is a double for Mikey Kane and a one-run two-bagger. But whatever the case, the Raptors, who needed those two runs to really put a seal on it, appear as though that they're in great shape to bring this first game of the series home. They get two. We go to the bottom of the eighth. 6-0 Ridgefield on 1240 Joe Radio.
The versatile Kubota B Series is a do-it-all tractor. Part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. You can run powerful attachments that can be easily switched out. The Kubota B Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Lynn Benton Tractor on Highway 99E in Tangent. See it at lynnbentontractor.com.
The Corvallis Knights are champions, having won 5 straight West Coast Baseball League titles. And the team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help developing a winning program? With 46 years in business, they have what you need to develop and execute your game plan into a championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or Robert Berry. Their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your financial future. Visit taxandwealthmanagement.com or call 541-753-4185. That's 753-4185. And get in the game.
For auto glass solutions, better call the Glass Man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
Need your auto glass repaired or replaced? Need to recalibrate your advanced car safety system? Don't call that 800 number. Call the Glass Man.
For auto glass solutions, better call the Glass Man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
1240 Joe Radio.
Bottom of the eighth inning, 6-0 Raptors. 6 runs and 14 hits. The Knights have been battered tonight. And whether they're able to come back and win this thing or not, it seems highly unlikely. But we'll see if they can get life now against a new pitcher for Ridgefield, Isaac Keene out of West Texas A&M and Norwalk, Connecticut, I believe, for Isaac. Indeed, Norwalk, Connecticut, not in the Southland near Pico and Sepulveda. But out of West Texas A&M comes Isaac Keene. Began his career at Keene State, different spelling, in Keene, New Hampshire. And the young man from Norwalk, Connecticut, with the drizzle having returned. Unbelievable. We began in it. It looks like we're going to end in it. On this 5th of July, it's raining again. And the new pitcher taking over for Ryan Harvey and Charlie Royal, who were outstanding through the first 7 innings. The home plate umpire going out to the mound for a conversation, joining Isaac Lovings. And the pitcher, why the umpire went out with Lovings, I'm not sure. Lovings appeared to be going out to converse with his battery mate, and the home plate umpire went out together. I don't know why. Logan Johnstone at the plate with a count of no balls and a strike. Isaac Keene, as the drizzle turns back into a rain, delivers low and in the count 1-1. Logan Johnstone, Jonah Advincula, and Spencer Scott. In the bottom of the 8th inning, the Knights trailing 6-0. Isaac Keene ready, comes to the plate. The 1-1 pitch hit toward the gap into right center field. It'll get down for an extra base hit for Logan Johnstone. Cavaness chases the ball down in the right field corner, taking a turn and holding at second base. is Logan Johnstone. He certainly would be loath to make the first out of the inning at third, but I'm surprised that he didn't get all the way to third base to lead off the inning with the ball momentarily bobbled by Cavanis out in deep right center. But in that sense, if he had any doubt at all, Johnstone was right to put the brakes on and hold. With the Knights down 6-0, could ill afford to make the first out of the inning at third. Jonah Advincula, the batter. The Knights trying to get after Isaac Keene, who delivers a fastball for a strike. 0-1 the count. Bottom of the eighth inning, the Knights trailing big now, 6-0. Excellent exhibition of the game tonight by Ridgefield. They have been very good. Trying to throw a little bit of anxiety into the Knights, who will get on the bus tomorrow and head to Ridgefield. Unless they can find a way to rally here tonight, will need to win tomorrow to keep the pressure from building Thursday for a winner-take-all South Division first half title game, as it were. The pitch on the way is high to Advincula. The count to Jonah, 1-1 strike. Keene is making his fifth appearance for the Raptors. He's worked 5 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs. The pitch on the way to Advincula, hit high in the air to center, and the center fielder couldn't find the ball. Austin Cavanis couldn't find it, rounding third and scoring without a play is Logan Johnstone, and into third base with a gift triple with a ball lost in the rain and above the lights by Cavanis is Jonah Advincula. And the Knights get on the scoreboard with a double and a triple to open the bottom of the eighth inning. Now 6-1 in favor of the Ridgefield Raptors. And that will bring to the plate Spencer Scott. And we will also see a visit to the mound here. It looks as though the pitching coach is coming out. Center fielder Austin Cavanis just never really found the ball. He was looking up into a rainy sky. It's gotten rainy again. And in fact, Blake, if you're listening, we may need another towel brought out. The towels we have are sopped and soaked, and it's raining again. Let me see if I can get a umbrella in place. The pitching coach for the Ridgefield Raptors, Tyler Raskin, pitching coach at St. Martin's, coming out. But the equipment is getting wet, and I don't like to be around all of this. There's an electric, a whatever those things are called. The pitch on the way, a wild one, coming down the line and now holding up, going back to third and getting thrown out. Even though Brooke Knight felt that Advincula got back in. Advincula went halfway down the line to try to score in what he thought was going to be a wild pitch. But then Lovings recovered and threw back to third baseman Steven Espinoza. The slide by Advincula, Brooke was certain that Advincula's hand got in under the tag. But the Knights do make the first out at third base. With Advincula coming too far down the line, he thought he was going to be thrown out at the plate. And the underhanded toss went from Isaac Lovings to Isaac Keene. So the out at third goes 2-1-5 for the first out of the inning. With Advincula changing his mind on trying to score in what he thought was going to be a wild pitch, did a U-turn, tried to race back halfway back to third, and was thrown out. Now the count, 2-0 to Spencer Scott with the bases empty and an out in the books. Scott swings and fouls it back. The count, 2-1. Just a wet mess up here right now, and getting wetter as we go. And just an unbelievable set of circumstances to encounter on the 5th of July. Here or anywhere, for that matter. 2-1 to Spencer Scott. A double and a triple, but the Knights now have the bases empty. Out of the stretch works Isaac Keene. And the pride of Norwalk, Connecticut throws a fastball up around Spencer Scott's chin. 3-1 the count. That play at third certainly takes a great deal of wind out of the Knights' sails with the chance of getting a second run. Spencer Scott will apply a substance to try to increase his grip on the bat. Some new baseballs are put in play. It is that kind of night, one that we haven't seen. I don't believe the Knights have ever had a game rained out. This one was never in danger of that thanks to the field turf that can take quite a beating from the elements. We've had some rainy games before. I have the notes to prove it with the ink again all over a couple of my scorecards through the years. The 3-1 pitch missing low for ball 4. So the Knights, instead of first and third and nobody out, down 6-1, have a runner at first with one out for Kiko Romero. Kiko has walked, struck out, and singled to center. Umbrellas popped open. No one really brought ponchos. I do see some rain jackets. Well, I do see a poncho or two, come to think of it. Those folks came well prepared. A throw to first base. Spencer Scott back to the bag. Bottom of the 8th inning. 6-1 Ridgefield. The Knights hope they did not run themselves out of a potential big inning. We'll see how this one plays out against right-hander Isaac Keene, who comes to the plate. Romero takes a fastball for a strike, and the count 0-1. Blake has tried to come to the rescue to dry some of these items off and lay some towels over the equipment, which the canopy has not been able to completely cover. I took down the umbrella because I needed to see the equipment and couldn't function with the umbrella in its place, and thought that we were through with the nonsense. The strike one pitch is in the turf and the count 1-1. This is probably okay, but it's the other stuff back here, Blake. What do you call these things? I've lost the term. A multi-strip? Power strip. Yeah, a power strip. That's it. Thank you. I'm still thinking about Fields movies from the 20s and 30s. Yeah, power strip. Thanks a lot, Blake. Good job. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kiko Romero. The pitch to Kiko lifted foul off third. He came to the rescue, did Blake Neiman, with some towels that we've draped over the poor equipment tonight here at Goss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And again, most of the fans are staying. I'm astonished. And you've got that all-star team from Siletz, Eddyville, and Toledo, the 10 and under all-stars, chanting together, trying to inspire the Knights here in the bottom of the 8th. Kiko, Kiko, I heard a little bit of a chant. The 1-2 pitch to Romero. That support notwithstanding, swings and misses. Strike 3. 2 down. Mason Lee will come to the plate. Mason is single to right, single to center, flied to center. Isaac Keene, the third pitcher of the night for the Raptors, who enjoy a 6-1 lead, trying to keep their first half title hopes alive. A throw to first base. Spencer Scott back. A magic number of 1 for the Knights. And they felt like, in their rather typical fashion, they would come home under those kinds of circumstances after the doubleheader yesterday, the makeup twin bills splitting against the Pickles at Walker Stadium. Come back, jump out, take care of business, and then be able to kind of ease through the final 2 games of this series. But the Raptors, 2 in the first, showed that they came with a different plan. The first pitch to Lee missing for ball 1, 1-0. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the 8th. 6-1 Ridgefield. Lee takes a slider for a strike from Isaac Keene, and the count 1-1. A throw over to first base, and again back to the bag goes Spencer Scott. The right-hander Isaac out of West Texas A&M comes to the plate, and the slider just misses. Ball 2. 2-1. The Knights getting a run in the inning, but had a chance to have first and third, nobody out. Now it's a runner at first and 2 down. The pitch to Lee, lifted to right field and playable. Jacob Sharp makes the catch. So a potential big inning for the Knights is kind of interrupted by the venture down the line by Advincula. And the Knights, instead of coming up with at least one more, settle for just the singleton and spoiling the shutout in the 8th. 1 run, 2 extra base hits, no errors, 1 left. Through 8, Ridgefield 6, and the Knights 1 on 1240 Joe Radio.
Planning an Oregon staycation this year? You'll find a great selection of warm weather shirts, sandals, hats, even summer suits and sport coats for those special events. We have it all at the Natty Dresser, from hats to shoes and everything in between. You'll find everything the well-dressed man needs by brands you trust. Our services include suit rentals, alterations, and custom made-to-measure shirts. The Natty Dresser, purveyors of quality menswear, now open Monday through Saturday in the heart of historic downtown Albany. Dress well, be confident, find success.
For auto glass solutions, better call the Glass Man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
Need your auto glass repaired or replaced? Need to recalibrate your advanced car safety system? Don't call that 800 number. Call the Glass Man.
For auto glass solutions, better call the Glass Man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
Hey, veterans, Mid-Willamette Family VetNet and the Corvallis Elks invite you to a Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge. It's a resource fair aimed at providing services and supplies to veterans and their families. Learn about disability and Social Security benefits, employment services, housing and utility assistance, medical and dental resources, and more. Food and drinks will be served at the Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge, 1400 North 9th Street.
1240 Joe Radio.
The Knights get a run, but they need a lot more to really make it interesting as we head to the top of the 9th inning. 6-1 Ridgefield in game 1 of 3. Brady Maylett comes into the ball game to try to finish things up for the Knights, following Neil Feist, Will Clark, and Duke Brotherton. The Knights finally breaking through and getting a run, but that was primarily because of a lost fly ball in the rain and above the lights by Austin Cavanis that the Knights even got that one. A routine fly ball to left center, so it appeared, was anything but with the conditions Cavanis was dealing with, and the Knights ended up getting a run out of it. Right-handed hitter Will Chambers, in this case, the switch hitter, turning around to bat from the right side. Struck out 3 times from the left side, has a double from the right side, takes a strike from the southpaw Brady Maylett. The 0-1 pitch, a ground ball to second. Mason Lee picks it up and throws to Kiko Romero. 1 away, Isaac Lovings will be the hitter. In the bottom of the 9th inning, with the Knights needing at least 5 at this point, Brady LeBoy, Timo Becerra, and Titus Dimitru, the scheduled hitters. Brady Maylett just trying to make sure the hole doesn't get any deeper as he faces Lovings, who is 0 for 3 and has been hit by a pitch. Brady delivers in the turf, ball 1, 1-0. Doyle Kane on deck. The series shifts to North Country tomorrow. Ridgefield, the Rourke, the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex, the home of the Raptors. 6:25 for our pregame show. The Knights will try to clinch it up there. It doesn't appear it's going to happen here tonight. The 1-0 pitch missing for ball 2. The 2-0 pitch is pulled foul into the Knights dugout, and the count goes to 2-1. And if the Knights somehow stumble tomorrow night again, then they would have a chance at home to win a winner-take-all game for the first half South Division title here Thursday night at 6:35. The 2-1 pitch missing for ball 3, 3-1. 1 out, nobody on, top of the 9th inning. And the 3-1 pitch from Maylett is high. Ball 4. Doyle Kane will come to the plate. Doyle is 2 for 4. Doyle has a look at head coach Chris Cota. The Canes and Coach Cota have been through a lot together, 2 years together for Doyle and Mikey Kane under Coach Cota at College of the Canyons. The Kane brothers have been playing baseball so much of their lives together, and let us hope that that will continue in the next step for both. Stay tuned on that. The pitch to Doyle misses high, ball 1, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, a strike, and the count 1-1. 6-1 Raptors, top of the 9th inning. The drizzle continues apace here. The 1-1 pitch is sprayed, foul towards Casey Corner. The ball rattles around down near the steps leading up to Casey Corner. 1-2 the count. I suppose it's fitting just for our baseball year of 2022. I've not seen a worse weather year than what the Beavers experienced this past spring at Goss. And we have had very few days to enjoy warm, sunny weather here thus far for the night season. Let's hope that there's a mid-July and beautiful August coming our way. The 2-2 pitch swung on and pounded foul by Doyle Kane down to his front foot, and he goes hopping around the box, outside of the box, and taking a stroll trying to walk it off. With the count now even on Doyle, 2 balls and 2 strikes with Alex Sepulveda on deck. Brady Maylett, the 4th pitcher of the evening for the Knights, had the pleasure of meeting his father, Mitch, down in Springfield last week. The 2-2 pitch on the way is grounded into left field for a base hit. Another base hit for the Ridgefield Raptors. They have looked very solid tonight in all phases. That'll bring to the plate Alex Sepulveda, 6 runs and 14 hits for the Raptors. Sepulveda is grounded to second, grounded to third, lined out, and singled to right. 6 runs, 14 hits for the Ridgefield Raptors. A run, 6 hits for the Knights. Time called. Tyler Quinn out for a conversation with Brady. With runners at first and second and 1 out. Brady is making his 8th overall appearance with the Knights this summer. 8 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. 7 walks, 9 strikeouts, a record of 1-0, an earned run average of 4.15. Maylett delivers inside, ball 1 to Sepulveda. 1-0 the count. Alex Sepulveda, right-handed hitter, also playing at College of the Canyons for Coach Cota. Swings and doesn't get it. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Isaac Loving's at second. Doyle Kane at first. 1-1 to Sepulveda. Steven Espinoza on deck for the Raptors, who have controlled this ball game from the jump. The first pitch of the game was a harbinger. A double for Jacob Sharp, and the Raptors were on their way. Now 3 outs away from taking game 1 and looking to get some more insurance here in the top of the 9th. The 1-1 pitch, a check swing on an off-speed pitch in the turf. Ball 2, 2-1 to Sepulveda. Two balls and a strike with 2 on and 1 out. Brady Maylett, left foot on the rubber, reading Tyler Quinn. Now the southpaw set, glances back at Lovings, comes 2-1 and misses low, ball 3, 3-1. That opening swing by Jacob Sharp. The 3-0 pitch, a strike, and the count 3-1. The first of 7 doubles for the Raptors tonight. Half of their 14 hits for extra bases. The pitch on the way, and they nearly got another one. The pitch to Alex pulled foul outside of third and down the line. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. In the top of the 9th inning, the Raptors leading comfortably 6-1 on what has been a pretty uncomfortable night, quite frankly, and yet still a large crowd, a paid attendance of 1,870. It has thinned a bit here late on this Tuesday night. 3-2 the count. Lovings from second. Doyle Kane from first. The 3-2 fastball, good pitch from Maylett. Swung on and missed, strike 3 to get Sepulveda. 2 down, and Steven Espinoza to the plate. Steven has flied to center, struck out looking, walked, and flied to Jonah Advincula again. Espinoza is the other young man from Lompoc. He went to Lompoc High School, as I believe former Husky great Napoleon Kaufman did. Steven attends San Jose State University. He swings at the first pitch and lifts it foul off to the left and out of play. Played sparingly for the Spartans this past year, no balls and a strike. Mason Lee, before the ball game, talked about his original commitment being to San Jose State, but with a coaching change, ended up landing on his feet at Cal State Northridge, where he's having a great experience. The strike 1 pitch, a fly ball into left field. It'll drop for a base hit. Lovings will score on the 15th hit of the ball game for the Ridgefield Raptors, who now lead it 7-1. And again, it's the type of game that gives Ridgefield all manner of hope as they head home tonight after they wrap up this first one. It becomes now a matter of the Knights needing to pick themselves up and just kind of not so much dust themselves off after this night in the rain, but you understand the language. They need to just regroup, dry themselves off, and get ready for a much better and concerted effort tomorrow in Ridgefield to try to take care of the first half South title. The Raptors, to their great credit, have come in and from the outset put the pressure on the Knights all evening long. Travis Welker takes outside, 2 on, 2 out. Runners at first and second with Doyle Kane stopping at second. Lovings drawing the walk, ends up scoring on the 2-out base hit by Steven Espinoza. Travis Welker with 2 hits on the night. It has been a thoroughgoing beatdown so far. The pitch on the way to Welker, a blooper down the right field line. That'll drop in for a base hit. Kane scores. Being held at third base is Steven Espinoza. And into second goes Welker with the 8th. Count 'em, 8 doubles tonight for the Ridgefield Raptors, who now lead it 8-1 and have runners at second and third and 2 down. Welker finding no man's land out in shallow right. Romero going out. Logan Johnstone coming in. Romero the only one with any kind of a chance at it. Tried to swipe at it over the shoulder running away from home plate. Couldn't catch it. And now Jacob Sharp, the batter. Sharp has doubled 3 times. 3 of the 8 two-baggers for the Ridgefield Raptors. He takes a strike from Brady Maylett. 0-1 the count. So the Knights are hopeful that this grim and sort of dispiriting result notwithstanding, that their big year will serve them well when they head north tomorrow. The strike one pitch is yet another base hit. 1 run is in. Rounding third on his way to the plate and scoring is Travis Welker. It's now 10-1 Ridgefield on the 9th double of the ball game. Sharp going into second base. The throw coming through all the way to the plate. But I believe a double will be given on that too. We'll see. But 2 more runs score in one of the worst nights of baseball, just in terms of the weather, the result, the total domination on the part of another club that I've seen over the years here. The Knights are usually putting these kinds of hurts on the opponent. Tonight it's gone the other way. Ridgefield with a 10-1 lead as they've busted it open with 4 runs here in the 9th. Austin Cavanis, the hitter. Cavanis takes the first pitch from Maylett for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch misses up and in. 2-0 the count. 10-1 Ridgefield in the top of the 9th inning. In a game that the Knights still felt they had a look at going into the 8th, has gotten completely out of hand. 10 runs and 17 hits for Ridgefield. The 2-0 pitch, low, ball 3, 3-0. But to coin a phrase, tomorrow is another day. The Knights can be grateful for that. They'll get on a bus, head north with, I think, a renewed sense of purpose to try to bring this thing home. Maylett's 3-0 pitch to Cavanis is inside for ball 4, and Brooke Knight will make a pitching change here, almost on principle's sake, I would think. The game's out of hand, but Brooke with Brady Maylett struggling to find the strike zone, I believe will make a pitching change, and he will. We'll take a 2-minute pitching change break with the Raptors having busted it wide open with 4 in the 9th. They lead it 10-1. 2 on and 2 out, with whomever it is being called upon will be asked to try to get the final out of this ordeal in the top of the 9th. 10-1 Ridgefield back in 2 on 1240 Joe Radio.
The Corvallis Knights are champions, having won 5 straight West Coast Baseball League titles. And the team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help developing a winning program? With 46 years in business, they have what you need to develop and execute your game plan into a championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or Robert Berry. Their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your financial future. Visit taxandwealthmanagement.com or call 541-753-4185. That's 753-4185. And get in the game.
I just got home from a fishing trip to find that we had a new patio with pavers and everything. I told my wife I didn't want to do it. So she went ahead, put the plans together, and went to Philomath Rental, where she got all the tools she needed, and they showed her how to use the equipment. The patio looks great. Now she's planning more projects. Thank you, Philomath Rental.
Philomath Rental, next to Landmark Realty, 1.5 miles west of the Sunset Shopping Center. For tools and equipment for home, farm, and business, check out Philomath Rental.
We set them up, you knock them down. Island Bowl, family entertainment for young and old. Clean and friendly, that's Highland Bowl. Bring your party, let the good times roll. Great food, good fun, that's Highland Bowl. We set them up, you knock them down. Island Bowl.
North 9th Street, Corvallis.
Planning an Oregon staycation this year? You'll find a great selection of warm weather shirts, sandals, hats, even summer suits and sport coats for those special events. We have it all at the Natty Dresser, from hats to shoes and everything in between. You'll find everything the well-dressed man needs by brands you trust. Our services include suit rentals, alterations, and custom made-to-measure shirts. The Natty Dresser, purveyors of quality menswear, now open Monday through Saturday in the heart of historic downtown Albany. Dress well, be confident, find success.
1240 Joe Radio.
Well, it is a rare event in Knights baseball history that they turn to a position player for some emergency pitching. Briley Knight, I believe, has done it once or twice in now his 4th year with the Knights. Briley has been an emergency pitcher, I can recall, on occasion. Kiko Romero is summoned from first base to try to get the last out. He misses with the first pitch to Mikey Kane. Mikey swings at the 1-0 pitch and pulls it foul in the count 1-1. But Kiko Romero is asked to try to get the final out in a ball game that the Knights trail 10-1. Kiko delivers low and away, ball 2, 2-1. This is the first time all season that the Knights have used an emergency pitcher. And it's Kiko Romero coming from first. The pitch to Kane hit high and deep down the left field line in the corner off the top of the fence. 1 run scores, and the throw to the plate is not in time. I'm not sure what the runner who did just score was thinking. It is the 9th double of the ball game. Mikey Kane into second with the 9th double officially of this ball game. It's now 11-1. And coming in to score was Jacob Sharp. Sharp must have thought that there was not 2 outs and he wasn't running on contact. He was almost run down by Austin Cavanis. Romero delivers a strike to Will Chambers, who's up for the second time in the inning. 0-1 the count. Kiko delivers very high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners at second and third, 2 down. 5 runs in the inning for the Raptors as the Knights are getting the treatment here tonight. What they have often done to clubs through the years is being done to them. 11-1 in favor of Ridgefield. 11 runs and 18 hits. Half of those hits for extra bases. 9 doubles. The 2-1 pitch from Kiko away. And the count goes to 3-1 to Will Chambers. Runners at second and third, 2 down. Will comes back with a 3-1 pitch. It's hit on a hop to the right. A diving stop by Mason Lee. Rolls the ball to first on several rolls and gets the out. He didn't really dive, but he reached as far as he could to his right and is able to throw out Chambers, who twice grounds out to Mason Lee in the inning. But a huge inning to break it wide open and compelling Brooke Knight to go to Kiko Romero and bring Brady Lavoie from the DH slot to finish things up at first base. So the Knights have taken a beating here badly tonight. They've got 3 outs remaining them. Then they'll have time to sleep on it and, as I said, regroup and get ready to go north tomorrow, expunge this, and try to clinch the South after all. But been a bad night. 5 runs in for the Raptors, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. 11-1 Ridgefield on 1240 Joe Radio.
Do you ever experience headaches, or how about back pain? Here at Horesco Chiropractic, we truly believe that everybody deserves to live a life without pain. Our doctors will get to the root of your condition and create a custom treatment plan to help you get back to living the best version of your life. Our patients often say how amazed they feel to live a life with less pain after they have experienced how effective chiropractic care is. Start on the journey of improved health by giving us a call today or visiting our website at horesco.com. Horesco Chiropractic in Corvallis. We really can make a world of difference for you.
The Corvallis Knights are champions, having won 5 straight West Coast Baseball League titles. And the team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help developing a winning program? With 46 years in business, they have what you need to develop and execute your game plan into a championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or Robert Berry. Their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your financial future. Visit taxandwealthmanagement.com or call 541-753-4185. That's 753-4185. And get in the game.
Downward Dog across from the OSU campus is serving up cold drinks and tasty food on their sunny patio. Burgers like the Hangover Helper or Double Trouble. If you prefer, substitute a house-made veggie patty and enjoy appetizers, wraps, salads, and sandwiches. And breakfast is served until 2. The food at Downward Dog is made fresh from scratch and locally sourced whenever possible. And they specialize in mouth-watering handcrafted cocktails and thirst-quenching local microbrews. So stop by the Downward Dog today. Open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. on 23rd and Monroe across from the OSU campus.
1240 Joe Radio.
Bottom of the ninth inning, 11-1 Ridgefield. The Raptors with 5 in the top of the ninth. Isaac Keene to Brady LeBoy. A strike, 0-1 the count. Isaac out of the stretch, comes back to the plate. Swung on and missed by Brady. The count 0-2. LeBoy finishing up at first base. Coming out of the DH slot with Romero going from first base to pitch and get the final out of the ninth. The Raptors breaking it wide open late. 2 in the 8th, 5 in the 9th, lead it 11-1. The strike 2 pitch to Brady, swung on and missed for strike 3. A 3-pitch strikeout of LeBoy from Isaac Keene to open the bottom of the 9th inning. And coming to the plate will be Timo Becerra. A run, 6 hits for the Knights. Their hit total tripled by the visiting Ridgefield Raptors. An impressive performance in all respects, defensively, at the plate, on the mound, and that's reflected on the scoreboard and in all categories. A thorough beatdown tonight. The Knights rarely are on the receiving end of those, but the Raptors, to their credit, have done it. A first pitch slider misses, ball 1-0. Double clutch by Isaac Lovings before throwing the ball back to his battery mate. He felt that Isaac had thrown a strike. 1-0 the count to Timo Becerra. Keene comes to the plate with a 1-0 fastball inside, ball 2-0. Timo singled to center field in the 4th, struck out in the 7th. The Knights threatened in the first inning. That was really the most serious threat, in a sense, in the game, although in the 8th, they did get a double and a gift triple to score a run. The 2-0 pitch, a check swing by Timo, but he went around. 2 balls and a strike to Becerra. But in the first inning, after Ridgefield had scored 2 in the top of the first, the Knights had runners at second and third, and a base hit would have gotten them even. Might have changed the whole tone and feel of the game, but Ryan Harvey able to get out of it. Now a 2-hopper to the second baseman, Travis Welker. Welker throws out Timo Becerra, and the Knights are down to their final out on what has been, in all respects, a dreary sort of evening. The only people having a good time, the Raptors themselves. They got on the bus a little earlier today, making the trip down from Southwest Washington, and came in with a purpose, intent on keeping their season and their first half hopes alive. There's a whole second half to play, beginning with the Knights series at Bend this weekend. The Raptors want to win the first half South, and they still have a chance to do so. If they win tomorrow and Thursday, they are the first half South champs. The Knights' magic number 1. They're going to need to take care of business tomorrow night up north or back here on Thursday. The first pitch to Dimitru missing. The 1-0 pitch to Titus from Isaac misses high. Ball 2-0. Dimitru 0 for 3. The Knights are down to their final out. 2 balls and no strikes to count, a game that was delayed 16 minutes due to rain. We started in rain. We're going to finish not so much in rain now. It's kind of evolved into a drizzle, but it was raining hard 15, 20 minutes ago. Incredible, the type of weather we've been dealing with throughout the year of 2022. The 2-0 pitch, a strike. The count 2-1 to Dimitru. If Titus keeps it alive, Tyler Quinn would have one more opportunity. Keene delivers a tapper slowly up along third, charged by Espinoza. Bare hands, throws to first, not in time. Dimitru beats it out. Good play by Espinoza, but a leg base hit for Titus Dimitru with Tyler Quinn coming to the plate with 2 outs. The Knights getting their 7th hit. And the 9:51 on schedule, rolling along the tracks out in right field. Glad that they've been able to maintain their schedule through the weather. Out of the stretch works Isaac Keene. Dimitro Bean held on, which is a little surprising to me. 11-1 Raptors in the bottom of the 9th inning. The first pitch to Quinn, a strike, 0-1 the count. Tyler 0 for 3. Isaac Keene, an out away from keeping the Raptors season alive. A chopper to third, backhanded by Espinoza. The throw to first is in time, and the Raptors are still alive in the South. The Knights still have a magic number of 1 with 2 to play, but it is all Ridgefield here tonight in Game 1. 11 runs, 18 hits, no errors for Ridgefield. A run, 7 hits, 1 error for the Knights. 9 doubles on the evening for a robust Ridgefield Raptor attack. The Raptors break it open. They score early and then break it open late. And will go home tomorrow night. A win would give them a shot to come back down here and break the Knights and their fans' hearts by sweeping and clinching. So the Knights hope that they can go up and take care of business tomorrow. We'll be on the air at 6:25 with a 6:35 first pitch to be thrown at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. For Garrett Dworshak back in our studios, this is Mike Parker thanking you for coming out, enduring the rain, and in giving all of your support to the Knights on sort of a dreary night from start to finish here at the ballpark. But better days are coming, and yes, tomorrow is another day. My thanks to the Silettes, Eddyville, and Toledo 10 under All-Star team for helping us get through our elongated pregame show. Thank you for hanging in with us throughout the evening. Again, our final score, Ridgefield 11, the Knights 1. We'll talk to you at 6:25 from Ridgefield tomorrow night on 1240.